live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions Studio. It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Titty Friday!
TD Friday.
Why do you gotta say it like that?
Now it doesn't even sound fun anymore.
Yeah.
You sound like
Yeah.
you're
Fucking
bored,
nerd.
you're over it.
Sam, what do you call it?
TD Friday!
Yeah, she knows how to do it.
TD Friday.
What do you call it, Tony Rage?
Titties Friday. no,
I don't even know what that was.
was.
Titties Friday.
Sounds like William Hung.
I like that.
Butler, how do you do it?
Yeah, well, how you do it, Butler?
It's Booby Friday.
Oh,
No,
God.
that was the worst one.
Tom wants to kill you. Well, it is. It's I guess. What would you want to just say? It's time to do the show. Topic one.
No.
Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
The original meeting was we should call it TD Friday.
Yeah, Titty Friday.
And then,
Big Titty Friday.
But the-
Yeah.
then the subtle joke is that people will be like, "Oh, it's TD." Sounds like titty.
You gotta go like, let me suck you where the babies do. I want to suck there too.
No, come on.
Why not? Why can't you do it like that? That's I'm in a good mood. I'm having fun.
If you like women's breast milk,
No,
you're a
who
weirdo.
does?
Some people do.
I've never tried it. Even when Maisie, I don't think I tried it.
It's yellow. That's just gross.
So is my cum.
Well, it's not all yellow, but it has a
I don't think
yellow.
it's supposed to be yellow.
It's
You do,
everything
yeah.
that comes out of a person that's supposed to be white, and we say it's white, is really a little yellow.
yeah.
Number
God.
fours are a little yellow. Breast
Yeah.
milk's a little yellow. We don't have the capacity
It's not
to bleach.
bleach.
Yeah.
Right.
This is why we're in business
Yeah.
together. He knows.
There's a little staining there. It's like the
Yes,
St.
it's-
John's
yeah.
River.
It's like a Titanic.
yeah.
It's just some leaves in there. There's no way to get pure white out of your body. It's got to always be a little nicotine.
New BDM gibbets on tomandan.com. Daniel made these because he
Made them with my own
swears
hands.
a lot of people love and wear Crocs, and I see it.
Here's my, there's the new Tom and Dan. You can see this at Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live, or find us on the YouTube
I can't
replay.
believe they came out that detailed.
They're so
It's
good.
pretty damn
It's
good.
really pretty.
Yeah.
It's the best piece of merch we've ever purchased.
Because Tony got those from like the jungles of China.
yeah,
Not even the regular
Suicide
factory.
Forest.
Yeah, like
The odd thing about these is these are made by completely nude people.
yeah.
I don't know where, but they're just,
They're the factories that
Cuts down the stealing.
extreme old work in, which is worse than the young. The young they have small fingers. They can work a long
Yeah,
time.
this
The
is-
old can't work that long.
These are bad. And when you get them, they air them out for 3 days, or the stench will kill your family. You gotta let them
That's
air
fine.
out. You gotta
Yeah.
let them. What do they call that? Off gas. They gotta let them off gas.
Put them in
A
your
little bit, yeah.
put them in your garage like your Corona groceries.
Yeah, exactly. Leave them on your counter for 3 hours. That fights the virus.
yeah.
Science.
Also, like if you know that there might be a whip any second, you know it's gonna be quality product.
That's true.
Yeah,
You know you're gonna
That's
do
true.
a good job.
That's true.
Like, imagine how good of a job Butler would do if
Oh,
I
if you
whipped
whipped
him
him.
when
Oh
he
my
wasn't paying
God.
attention. I still feel you do a bad job, even with the whip. Like, it would distract you.
I feel like he would do a bad job and then bring you the whip.
like
Yeah.
the self-whipping.
Yeah.
Also, Ravenous Pig, brand new sponsor. If you haven't been to their beer
Oh, I
garden,
thought you saw me on my wrestling debut on NXT.
yeah,
I'm the Ravenous Pig.
They have a huge beer garden right there in Winter Park, and when you go to their beer garden, ask for a BDM pen. The bartender will have one. It proves to them that you guys are listening, and you get a free pen and some delicious beer at Ravenous Pig.
Love it. Are we doing sponsor updates from our Twitch chat room? Gator Guy Columbus says, my Gabriella plants arrived in Ohio this morning in perfect condition. It's my wife's birthday gift. She loves it. Great sponsor. Boom.
Awesome.
Cool.
Ohio, checking in with plants. Plants for everybody.
What if you lived in Florida, though?
Easier. You just drive by there.
It's like they just got to Ohio somehow.
Yeah.
Hold on, how'd they use one of our sponsors in Ohio? Scamming the system, but we just
Wait, hold on.
they just,
Hold on, Gator guy.
No, he bought it, I think.
yeah.
He
Okay.
bought it.
Oh,
for
yes,
his-
he said my
okay.
Gabriella plant purchase.
Yeah, he
Oh,
didn't
okay,
buy
okay.
some of our stuff and then like, hey, give me one of them free plants. I'm going to cheap out on my wife's gift. I don't think he did that.
What if you spend $159 at Gabriella Plants? Can you then submit
You
a
become
receipt?
a plant. You become a Gabriella plant.
I will let you submit a receipt to get another free Gabriella
I feel
plant.
like you should be able to.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
incestuous
that's-
plant business.
yeah.
I like that. Good call. Good call.
So
We got anything else to get out of the way
no,
here?
no, we're good. I
Cool.
think.
I like it. I got Tony Rage popping in today. Thank
Yeah.
you for being here, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Good to see you. Butler made us a premium drink.
Yeah.
Mine's got a bunch of lettuce in it. I don't know. Weird. It's like somebody spilled their tacos in mine.
Burn my esophagus up good right before the show.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Are we going to talk about
drinking
your
knives.
esophagus? Because I think you're going through
Drinking knives.
something. You're going through something, right?
A lot of things.
You're going through. You're
Yeah.
having a health scare right now.
No, I'm fine. Man. That was my hands. I called
Male
it.
menopause.
That's
My
right.
hands,
my
my
throat,
throat.
my penis, and my scrot.
I thought you were going to say something about his boat.
I called Jewett to I have to
How
fix my
dare you
hands.
can't say
you
that.
can't say
No,
that,
no,
dude. You
Jew
got to say they're
orthopedic.
Jewish people.
Again.
Anyway,
He's this guy.
they
My God, I got to
Judaism, man.
and because my hands, I have to
Help
see-
my hands, Jews!
I have to.
He just
fix
screamed it
them.
at the sky.
And
He thought Jesus would come.
What happened to your hands?
it's the same thing that's always been wrong with them. They set on fire and they
Chronic
burn.
masturbation.
He's got
It's
he's got
carpal
fire.
tunnel.
Set on fire.
He's got fire hands.
It's-
These hands are on fire.
I
Kings
got-
of Leon.
I have carpal tunnel or something.
Like Fantastic Four or some
and
shit?
they're just all like my right hand is now just numb 24 hours a day.
So when you
worried
jack
about
off,
you.
is it like the stranger?
It-
He can't.
you think you know what that
I
stranger
couldn't jack off
bullshit is
with a-
bullshit.
I couldn't
Okay,
jack-
stranger bullshit
No-
is bullshit.
Nobody likes that, and that's never been a thing. That's something the joke
Well,
someone made up.
I am better with my non-dominant hand.
Me too.
I'm
I'm better-
ambidextrous. I
Yeah,
go both.
but it's not better with a numb hand.
No, I go
Oh,
better
no,
with.
that'd be weird.
I mean, I do use both, but I'm better with.
But you
my
know what I'm
non-
talking about. You sit on your hand, make it go numb,
Yeah,
jack
I
off.
think that's a myth, though.
Yeah, that's a myth.
Nobody does that.
It's not better. I've had,
That's like
coming
girl
from
talk.
someone
Guys
with a
don't
numb
do
hand. I like it. Just
Guys are the only ones that have told me about that. Girls don't tell me about that.
it's a stupid guy joke.
No.
Anyway,
Those are guys with like bad
Learn
circulation.
something new
or
every
something.
day.
The best way to jack off is to have another guy jack you off.
Everybody knows that.
then they told me I couldn't make my appointment because I owed them money.
That was hilarious.
You owe us money, fire hands.
By the way,
Goodbye.
When Samantha and Travis are just hearing you, like, here, I'm
it's
like, what? I
embarrassing.
owe money to who? and then I have to like, call this number. I call, and then I try to like be.
Is this Mr. Jewett? Well, this is Tom. I
try-
believe I owe you some money, sir.
Because we work in just
Standing
one
there
office.
with your hat in your hand.
Like we need cubicles or something. Like
We need
just-
separate rooms
I mean,
entirely.
Butler will still peek over and listen
we
to
can
you
all
talk
work
about
from home and zoom in.
Yeah,
I mean, we
something.
could, but it's going to sound like every other radio
Then Tom admitted
show.
he couldn't book a doctor's appointment by himself. He needed his
Yeah.
wife.
No, I just said that I don't know how to do it.
Then
And I needed
Sam
my
asked,
wife.
Sam
Oh,
asked,
that's exactly
Sam
what
asked a
happened.
question that made me realize that we were in some bad shape this morning. Sam asked, well, what are you going to do if your wife dies? And Tom says, she won't die. I'm going to die. And I'm like, what the hell kind of answer
it was
is
worse than that. He said, well, if she dies, I'll just die.
Yeah, like I'm like, well,
Instead of making doctor's appointments, I'm like, you still have kids.
this is not a
Well,
good
I'll take
plan.
care of them until they get to 15, 16. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I've thought about that too because I wouldn't know how to pay rent or mortgage or any
Oh my
bills.
God, you forgot you own a home. oh
Oh
my God. Oh
what
my
happened
God.
to us? What are we?
Dumb old men.
Wait a minute. I
Yeah, but
think
other
I might
men,
be higher than
they-
you. I think I might do more. Or am I so bad I do nothing?
Yeah. I don't think you do anything. Andrew does everything at this point.
Am I even here right now?
yeah. Like at this point, yeah. Andrew is the top.
Because I'm the oldest.
Nurse.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think she's got me trained pretty good where I'm like one of those like
She's got you
handy
tricked to
capable.
think that you actually
I'm
do shit, but you don't.
But it
That's how good
seems
she
like
is.
I do shit because she goes and does it for
That's
me.
what I'm
And then
saying.
I come in, I'm like, wow, I must have done that.
Yeah,
She's like, good job. She really didn't do anything.
I'm good at this. I didn't even.
And
know
if my wife goes, I know there's some money there, that insurance money. I wouldn't even know how to claim it.
Yeah. How do you claim
I've
that?
never looked into
Do they tell you?
I guess like they mail it
I've
to
always
you.
wondered that.
And you have to be like, she's dead.
Okay, hold on. I don't think that's the case because when my mom died, I could have just left everything alone, walked away, and then I think people would have called me and stuff. But if I don't pick up the phone, I think it just goes
to the state?
Yeah,
right?
but
Yeah.
it sits in that fund that everybody thinks they have money in when obviously
yeah.
you don't.
FloridaTreasure.gov.
That's what I do when I'm pooping. Every morning when I'm pooping, I sit down there. I'm like, today's the day.
Look at yourself in the mirror. Know that there's no treasure waiting for you.
You motherfucker.
What's like what?
Give me my treasure.
What amount of money have you forgotten about? There's no amount of money for like you're not some millionaire that has little monies stored away. And you're like, oh yeah, this 50 grand. No one has that.
I have that because I've been working for myself for like 3 years now, and
Yeah.
my wife told me the other day, it's like, hey, have you checked your 401k? And I'm like, oh my god, I have a 401k.
Well, that's
and I
different.
checked it.
That's like that's for like emergency.
But I
man.
didn't even. I completely. I forgot about it. I wouldn't even know if she wasn't there. I would.
Well, it'd be
wouldn't
better
even
for
know.
I would argue that it'd be better if you didn't know about it because that's not something you're going to want to touch anyway, right?
Why not?
Well,
It's
I
heavily
mean,
taxed.
Okay.
Yeah, you will get
Yeah.
disciplined.
Come
for
on.
taking
Yeah.
it.
You
Yeah,
just
you
sitting
didn't
just
hold
sitting
on
there
to
doing
that.
nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Your
it's
cholesterol's
investment.
high. Like you spend it now. Like
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know, okay.
no reason to
Okay.
die with hundreds of thousands of dollars. A lot of people do that. I don't understand why.
I saw an article
Why'd you
saying
die?
Spend it all.
Sam, look this
spend
up.
it.
I believe this was last week. I think it was Daniel Craig. The James Bond. He's got.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that trailer? That's a good trailer, by the way. I think
Dope.
that new James Bond looks pretty good. And I'm not a big Bond guy, but
Do they have villains parkouring?
Yes.
yeah. They will have that.
That's the James Bond. I know.
But I believe that Daniel Craig said that he is spending all of his money before he dies, and he's not leaving it to his children
Hell
because he
yeah.
think it
That's
will be
great.
more beneficial to them.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that was the article I read. I can't remember, but I
A
think
lot of people do that. Well, not a lot. I shouldn't
well,
say
he
that.
was just very out about it. Like he was like they asked him about it. He put it like in an article, I believe. But I thought that was really interesting. I'd never heard somebody being very vocal about something
My
like that.
philosophy is to get rid of it or give it away before you go.
Yeah. So he says that.
He
I guess.
says it is distasteful for him to leave his money to his children.
Yeah. There's a
I'm
quote.
with him.
Yeah.
But
Fuck
he's
them kids.
he's got a different type of money where it's like you could ruin a person by giving them $5 million. You know what I'm saying? Like if you give them like
50 to 100
yeah.
million.
I mean, if I
These
buy
guys-
my daughter,
But I'm saying,
like,
like at that million amount.
100%.
if I buy my daughter a Jetta, you know,
That's
clean
a-
and full,
that's
I don't
cool.
think that she's guaranteed to
You're
be a
like a fucker for life,
heroin
yeah.
addict.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
if I do something, the big Jetta with the bow on it, isn't that the quintessential dad car
Yeah.
for the young
Yeah.
daughter? The Jetta. I get her a Jetta, I put a bow on
Put that
it.
in your will. We'll leave my daughter one Jetta with a bow.
One Jetta with a bow. That's it. That's all you get. And you know
White
what?
on white.
And you know what? I would be, I don't know how Maisie would be, but I would have been really stoked to get that, you know?
So,
yeah.
speaking of cars, last week I told you Seth screwed me by giving his, we switched cars.
He got you pretty bad, buddy.
And he gave me that Hellcat with the license plate expired since December of 2020.
And you and I were big talking too about it because you were pretty hot when you were leaving here when you were texting me
Well, I
off
was-
to the DMV.
Well,
Is that
okay,
where
yeah.
you're picking up?
Yes, because
Because you were mad. This guy, he's saying, I'm going to piss in the backseat. I'm going to shit in the trunk. Then he's like, I'm going to fuck Crystal in it every day until you were mad.
So, because I was like, I can't drive it around because there's no way. Like Seth, like, oh, you won't get pulled over. It's like, how is that possibly true?
He kept saying
Every
that all
cop
the police officers know it's him. They already know they're okay with it.
That is not true.
That is not true.
So I'm like, well, maybe I can go to the DMV and get it because if I don't get a sticker, it's Labor Day weekend. That's it. Yeah. I have to park it in my driveway and then I can't even fucking drive.
And it
around.
already was eking into Labor Day weekend. And you said, is the DMV open? And I told you I was wrong. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think you're going to be able to zip in there and zip out.
So I looked. I don't even know if you can get a new sticker for your license plate.
I would have betted no.
Yeah, no. Everybody
I
we
said
talked
no.
about. Yeah,
I pulled a Butler. I guaranteed you a no, and I had no idea. I didn't even look it up. I just said no because it seems like it
Felt right.
did feel right.
It's like you can't just get.
I understand you more now.
You can't just get another sticker for someone else's license
Yeah,
plate.
it doesn't- like you can't do anything for anybody these
You
days,
legally
right?
should not be allowed to do that.
I agree.
So-
my wife can't even like pick up, like tickets or anything. Like she can't even go to the House of Blues box office and get a ticket and see, Messi, the meet and greet or whatever.
Didn't they
Like,
lock up a nun for paying a parking violations and a parking tab thing? Like, I mean, you're
you
paying.
can't even take CBD in the Typhoon Lagoon.
Like can you go get someone's Adderall? Like my
Hell
wife.
no.
No, not at all.
Probably not.
Can my wife pick it? I think she has. But it's the
Andrea
same
can
last
pick up
name.
my-
That's a controlled
Yeah.
substance.
It has to be like through
Last
the
name.
insurance. They have to be able to like sign off for
It's an
someone
in-
else to pick it up
Okay.
Alright,
for
so
you.
if you're-
Otherwise,
Anyway.
you can't because it is controlled.
Walgreens over there is, I
Yeah,
believe,
yeah.
absolutely correct
So-
in the fact. No, she.
That's why you
she
also.
did that,
know, but
That's
so-
why
we
you
gotta
also
call
have to
someone
do
now.
Yeah.
like
She's right.
every
Hey,
30
Walgreens.
days or
Yeah.
every 90 days. You have to physically be at the doctor's for it because it's controlled. It's stupid
Yeah,
as hell.
yeah.
So anyway, I start driving to the DMV thinking like, well, maybe there is some chance. And so I Google it real quick, and it said when you Google a question, it has that first paragraph, which is who knows the answer by who. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Who does that? Mr. First Page.
Yeah. And so it says like you can get a sticker for someone else's license plate, but they have to appoint you to go get it or something. Like you could appoint someone else to get a sticker for you. And then I was like, well, that sounds legal. You know what I'm saying? Like you have legally appointed someone, or like maybe you have to have like a signed something.
Like an affidavit or something.
But I was like, this is my only chance. And then I looked at the time they closed, and it closed at 4, and I'm leaving at 3:15. So I'm like, fuck, it's a
He was
holiday
pulling
weekend.
The typical van. I felt sure
Yeah.
nothing would become of this.
And so I'm driving there, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to show up here at like 3:20. It closes at 4 on pre-holiday weekend at on Friday. There's no way they're going to turn me away. They're going to be like, there's going to be a line out the door. They're going to be like, sorry, no more. We're not taking any more customers. That's exactly like I was like, for sure that's going to happen. I pulled up that damn Hellcat, which I park at the very like it's embarrassing because you drive by and everybody's looking. It's loud.
It is very loud.
So I go into the DMV and it's packed. Like it's just fucking shit slammed. So I'm like, well, this is never gonna happen. And then everybody there at the DMV is mad and got paperwork with them, and then like
they're disheveled.
yeah, and
angry.
obviously have a complicated situation. And then I started thinking, I was like, the employees. I bet the DMV has a hard time finding employees in this environment.
A lot of them are lifers.
Yeah,
from what
I
I've
would be
seen.
surprised. They get paid pretty decently, and they have really good benefits.
And you got to be a special
it
type
really-
of person to sit there and be yelled at and not even move a muscle.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like, but some of these old ladies are just—they're literally like Stonehenge.
Because
and just people are screaming at them, and they're just still typing, and they're like, you can put a gun to their head, and they do. Please, sir, remove the gun from my head. They're just calm.
Probably better for them.
They're
that
so jaded,
Now
though.
they have the Corona
Oh,
shield.
hell yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I bet
I
they're
bet they
like,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah. They're probably never getting rid of the Corona
So
shield.
Black
right?
Tooth Jerry can lean in and spit all over you because he's mad because he fucked up his trailer.
So
God.
I go and I sit down and I look at the time. It's like 3:30, and I'm like, for sure they're gonna be like, all right, that's it, get out of here.
Good night, everybody.
But I was like, I guess I'll try. But I have my back turned towards the big TV screen that tells you when the next number's up.
Oh, like your name or your number.
So
yeah.
then I'm like, I literally I'm sitting there for 5 minutes, and then I'm like, I should turn towards the number so I can see.
You're a genius.
I turned. I look up because I'm
Got the
expecting.
goods, buddy.
I'm like, I'm gonna be there for at least half an hour.
No, I
until
got
it
you. You could
closes.
have gone outside and made a sandwich. Like,
I look at the screen, it's my number, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then they're like, number 3, and then whatever I go up there.
yeah, he's like texting me. He's like, they called me. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
And then I have Seth's registration because I found it in his glove box. And then I'm like, here we go. And the lady's like, all right, bad cat.
right.
She gave,
She's like, so you're a bad cat?
Yeah. And then,
Meow.
and then I started explaining because I thought that she.
Never fucking explain.
Oh, I started telling her
Oh,
everything.
my
I'm like,
God.
this is my French car.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
well, because
That's why radio's
I
dying.
fully expected for her to be like, let me see your driver's license and your proof of insurance or whatever the hell.
Oh,
I
you're
don't-
my drunk at the buyer.
So I started telling her lies like, it's for my friend. He's sick.
He's in the hospital with COVID right now.
I just visited him. I don't have it. Oh, God.
And then she was like, has this been in storage? And then, because since the goddamn thing has been
9 months.
for
Yeah.
9 months, and I'm like, no, he's just a dickhead.
If I started
Did she like that? Probably.
No, I just said he's an idiot, and then she's like, all right, you have to pay a fine for the extra thing, or whatever, and then she's like, here we go.
That was it.
And then gave me the fucking
Yeah,
sticker.
he sent me a picture of it, like, honestly,
Dude,
25 minutes after he left here.
I left there at 3:45.
Yeah.
Like I left
I was
here
still here editing, so it took me longer to finish the little bit of shit I had to do here than it took him to drive to the DMV, make an appointment, get his thing, and drive home.
And then I got in the Hellcat, and I'm like, holy shit, this thing is like the Venom suit. And it's making me an entitled white rich guy. Because everybody else is waiting there. Like, I got before everybody. Like, I sat down, and there was 50 people waiting, and I get called up and walk out. Like, I was like, what is this? And so then now that I had the sticker, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to drive it around all weekend. Like, see what the old Hellcat is about.
Bad cat's about.
So did you feel better where you're like, okay, well, maybe I won't shit in the trunk of this?
Well, I was still mad at Seth. I sent him a picture of the tag. He's like, "Oh,
Is he going to reimburse you, or you're not going to pay him anymore? Like, what's the deal?
I'm not paying him until
Okay.
until Square. I think it was like $180 or whatever.
That's 2 weeks of news.
Yeah.
I think at the DMV, like certain booths, like certain people
Yes.
are for specific jobs.
There are some of those,
Because
yes.
the same thing happened to me when I went to change my name on my license. I thought it was going to take forever. Same thing. I sat down and my number got called. And it was like...
Maybe easy things, but everybody else had
But see,
extremely
like,
complicated.
I don't
like,
think that Tony sounds like an easy thing. Like,
I know,
to me, changing your name sounds
what I
extremely... Or maybe that's just heavy in my mind.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was going to be this like complicated thing.
Yeah.
And it literally took like 2 minutes.
Also, do they ask you any questions? Like
Nah.
sometimes the government will like meddle with like, are you absolutely sure that you want to change your name to, whatever it is?
Yeah.
If it's something a
Well,
little...
at this
Well, his
point,
name had been changed.
Yeah, at
He
this
just had to
point it
change
was-
his license.
Right, and it was all in the system. So I guess it just kind of go on the computer. It's like, all right, cool. It like his
but
social
does it
matches
correct
this new name.
everything?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Everything is on the computer,
That's nuts.
and the guy like could not care less. He's like, here you
yeah,
go.
he probably does it a lot.
Probably.
So driving that thing around,
What'd you think, buddy?
It was weird in the fact that I was embarrassed at first, and then after like 2 days of driving it, like I said, like it's a Venom suit where I'm driving this fucking $90,000 Hellcat.
Some monstrosity.
That it's they went with the blood, and by the way, it's 800 horsepower is too fast for driving
City
around the
car.
streets.
Yeah.
Like every time I even tried to go fast or like step on the gas,
can't.
the back end would break loose and spin. The tires would spin. I'm like, there's too much horsepower in this shit. Although it is like insanely powerful, and but it makes you feel like a douchebag. And you start acting like one. Like you drive by people walking the street, you rev your engine.
Oh my God.
It turned me into it.
Embarrassing.
Changing you a little bit?
like where you drive in and then you walk more confidently. Like something. It is
Yeah,
weird.
when you get
Walk
out,
tall,
like,
Tom Van.
when you get out,
you think
like,
you're better than everybody.
You're
Like,
walking into Whole Foods and you do that move where you adjust yourself, like you got a big one that is like hard for you to sit in there. It's hard to sit in this thing with a big cock.
And I solved like a mystery that I never knew that why like douchebags with nice cars back in. And I backed in to like a Publix parking lot.
Just to feel.
No. I backed in so I could see the front of the car while I'm walking towards it. Because I'm like, oh, the front looks cool. Like I told it.
No.
That's why people walk back in their cars.
Me like front better than back, cause front go
More
forward, back go back. Back little boring if being honest.
Your evolution of gorilla was fast.
I think that's why people.
That's the dumbest explanation I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I think that is. It's the dumbest reason. It's like the magician is the
no.
easiest. Like
There's my seat.
the trick is the easiest explanation. Like it's the dumbest explanation. It's the front looks cooler. That's why guys like Seth back in because I'm like I want to see the front.
What happened is
When I walk towards
it. That's what I say to my wife all the time. What happened that morning? You got your smoothie, and then we got the picture of the smoothie in the cup, and then you said that you like had an altercation with a blonde woman.
No. She just walked out, and while I was walking in, and she was like good-looking, tall, blonde girl.
Yeah.
And she.
Hey, y'all.
I was
Oh,
parked.
yeah, there it is.
I was parked in the front.
you.
And she.
drunkie.
She
What a
looked.
bad bitch.
She just turned around to look at me because she saw the car I pulled up.
Yeah.
And I was but like I said, it wasn't because she was impressed or anything. She was probably like, just who the fuck drives this? Like curious, like out of curiosity. And then that's when I realized, I was like, that's why Seth's he loves the attention from everybody.
Yeah.
And like, and people will look at you because it's such a fucking
did
ridiculous car.
But she
Did
looked back
you-
at you. She was like, "Who the fuck is driving?"
She
that
looked
car?
back
No,
at
I
you.
know.
She looked back. She's like, "Oh, I wouldn't have
You
thought
should
that
have
nerd."
popped your sunglasses down and looked at her and said, I paid it forward. I went ahead and bought you an energy shot.
Did you have Crystal take photos of you drive, like sitting in the
Yeah.
driver's
Yeah.
seat with like sunglasses on, like a cool dude?
No. She
Did she drive it? Did she ride in it?
No, she didn't end up even driving it.
Oh, it
at all.
went bad.
She
So-
didn't care. Like, apparently
'Cause you had
girls
big
do not
plans.
care or
You-
are impressed.
You had big plans when you left here. It was night on the town, date night, taking her out, going to Ravenous Pig, taking the party time. Excellent.
That switched to.
It seemed like she was pretty mad that you defied her and loaned the truck to Seth.
we had to go get IKEA furniture.
Oh my
together a hutch.
god! You put that in the back of the bad cat?
Bad cat's getting a bad hutch for his antique plate.
Anyway,
That's what cool dudes do.
Tony,
Yeah.
I saw you were in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
When? A couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
So, what made you go to Costa Rica? And you went by yourself, right?
I went with my friend Mike and John.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like a
Surfing
bros trip.
Yeah, it was a bros trip. Went to surf, went to skate,
Cool.
went to eat.
Everything I've heard about Costa Rica, every person that goes there regularly or has been there,
I've been once.
loves it, talks about it highly. Some people buy property there because they fall in love with it. I saw an article too, like it was on Facebook. This is a weird coincidence, and maybe because I was talking to Crystal about Costa Rica and heard me and then put articles about Costa Rica. And Samantha could look this up, but it said like the article was labeled like tons of Black Americans moved to Costa Rica to find their new home or whatever. And I was like, I don't know, that's odd that they would say like, I don't know why more Black Americans than white Americans or whoever else, but it's something for whatever reason they put
interesting.
out an article. But the Costa Rica's awesome.
No, it is awesome. And it's kind of funny that you say that because we did meet a lot of Americans that live there, all white, all blonde, blue eyes. Not a single like African American or anything like that. And it's people from everywhere. We're actually, it's kind of funny. We're like not seriously, but we are kind of like, let's go online and see what's around because it is affordable to buy houses there. It is kind of expensive to live there.
I thought it was like you could the American dollar goes further, but is that not so much anymore?
Like it depends where you live. Like where we were, everything costs about the same. Like food wise, so you go to a restaurant and you're almost paying the same as if you were to go to a restaurant here.
Yeah, because it's tourist
right.
area.
There were places they called sodas, which is like a little side restaurants, like road restaurants.
Right,
things.
right,
So
like
they're
a
very
quick go.
It's very famous over there, like little sodas. Those were amazing because everything was made fresh and it was affordable. Like for like $4, you can have a giant plate of like rice and beans with like meats and everything made fresh. The freshest fruit and juices you'll ever taste in your life. It was. I mean, I can see why people move there because it is paradise. At least where we were, it was paradise. And for you that like surfing,
Yeah.
I mean, we went specifically.
I've only been once to surf, and it was awesome. But I was like a young bully.
I mean, I grew up kind of around the beach, and I've never seen waves so perfect.
They're perfect, yeah.
as these. And they were like that. Those 2 days we were there, they were like 8 to 10 feet. So in like 8 to 10 feet glossy and like perfect barrels. It was insane. Like I don't really surf.
Was
but-
it crowded?
No.
Well, there's so much ocean, so much beach, and any break would be considered
So we stayed
better
in
than
like
anything we have.
So we stayed in Playa Hermosa, which is like Pacific Coast, kind of halfway in the country, like in the middle of the country.
Nice.
And we stayed in these bungalows, or like in the middle of, I don't want to say jungle, but kind of sort of like you drive through like dirt roads, and then you get to all these bungalows where all these Americans live, and the beach that's in front of it, like saying from here to your car. It's like a world-class surf beach that's like there's like one of 12 beaches protected by this like surf environmental company or whatever.
It's not Surfrider
yeah.
Foundation.
Yeah,
is it?
Surfrider?
One of those, like
Yeah, there's a lot of those now, though.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like 5 to 10 minutes away from Hako, which is like the town, the city, and that over there is a little bit more touristy, but they still have a lot of like cool like nature things to do, whatever, mountains, stuff like that. So.
I remember like I was like early 2000s. I remember a lot of acquaintances getting married and doing their bachelor parties in Costa Rica. And from all the tales, like the reason why they did it there was because the prostitutes.
Oh my God! Yes.
And the
and
stories
it's raw
were
dog too.
yeah, the stories were that the prostitutes hang out, like there's casinos there too, right?
Yes.
Like they just hang out at the hotels and casinos, and it's kind of like an accepted business where they're not like shooing people away or whatever. Like this is like either they're paying off the
What are the prices like on the prostitutes there? I'd have to know if it's pretty
so
close.
a lot of prostitutes hanging around.
Yeah, we actually met this guy, Andy. He lives in the.
Hi, I'm prostitute Andy.
And he told us all about
Sex
it.
worker, I should say.
Yeah, he told us all about it because he's an expat. He's lived there for a few years, and he was saying he's like, yeah, man, $200, you get a sandwich. They call it just like this. Girls came out to him, say, hey, you want a sandwich? And it was $200. It's basically had like a threesome with his 2 chicks or whatever.
A sandwich.
$200 for a sandwich.
For a sandwich.
And there's
That's
one
like a good
thing.
deal.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
And here's the thing, like
I want a sandwich.
Tom's getting high. Gotta tell you about
Yeah, somebody got horny.
And here's the thing, like we've all seen prostitutes. We've all seen like the Florida prostitute. We all know what they.
No, I don't like to call them. Can we please
The
call them
Flo Pros?
Mongs?
the Flow
Florida,
Pros.
OBT
yeah.
Mongs?
Oh man, Mongs.
Well, you're thinking
Mongos.
of like streetwalkers. That's a little
Yeah.
different.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can get sex workers in Florida. That
I will
like,
say because we
They're called grunches.
drug addicted.
Grunch.
Yeah.
we did see a
Old
few
grunge.
because we went down like we were trying to get to the beach and went down like the wrong road like where the casino is. Like,
Oh,
and they were
sure
like-
you did. We're trying to find the
they were
beach.
like-
Oh, we happen to be on Prostitute Road.
How do we get here?
Better keep following it.
I will say, dude, like the
We'll just
Costa
find
Rican
out.
prostitutes are
I'm so lost.
really hot. They're like really hot, and that's what everybody kept saying. Like the guy at the bungalow is like, yeah, dude, it's insane how hot they are. It's like you ask them like, why you even do
These
this?
prostitutes are so hot.
Money, bitch. What do you mean? Why do you do
No,
this?
but like you know what I mean, like.
Well, we're
No, I
used,
don't.
we're used to like the sex workers on OBT, because I remember when
There's
I
no
lived on,
talent cultivation in any of our sex workers because it's illegal.
and then they're just real.
They're
rough.
grunches. They look like grunch.
Real rough.
They
And you're
look-
like, I would not pay or free, even free, no free. Like no, I would
Give me money to get the fuck away from my car.
Yeah, you're just, I think you should just go away.
Yeah, it's not good. Not
I think
good.
you should just go away and lay down.
So what does like something like that cost as far as like hotel? The surfing. It's like, do they have the package where it's like, all right,
The sandwich, you get a sandwich, a surfboard.
Yeah.
You get a sandwich, surfboard.
What kind of-
And a bag of chips.
Yeah, you get a bag, you get a cookie, you get a hotel room.
I mean,
Fritos.
I'm sure there are companies out there that might do like a
Yeah,
package.
there
thing.
are. That do. I can look it up for you if you want to see
we-
like a surf adventure package.
We did everything individually, and like I said, my friend Mike, you guys know him. He was a drummer in a Dying Regime. He is a surfer. He grew up in Cocoa Beach surfing his whole life, so he went specifically to surf.
A lot of guys do. Most guys do. Yeah.
If you need to rent a board, actually, the guy at the bungalows, the office, he had boards, so he rents boards. So he has like 1 million boards.
Yeah.
So whatever you want, like it's right there. You literally could just park in your bungalow and stay there the whole time and not have to do anything because there's a lot of delivery. There's all kinds of stuff they do, like whale watching.
I know what that means.
tour.
Bigger.
But no, dude, we did everything individually. Like I found the cheapest car rental I've ever found through this like dude on WhatsApp.
Barry's cars.
And we had this Toyota TRD 4x4 for like $170 for the entire
That's
time.
cool.
It was insane.
that is it's crazy when like aren't car rentals insane right now in the United
Yes.
States?
Yeah.
Like they're higher than
Very
they're
limited.
Yeah.
Everywhere we looked, it was like $500 or more. And then I saw this guy on YouTube. He was like on like a vlog, like a moving to Costa Rica vlog, and it's like, yeah, just like his name is like Jairo or whatever. And no shit, dude. I sent him a message on my phone. I told him which days. He sent me what he had available. It was $170.
Why isn't Costa Rica more shit slammed? Is there still people?
Probably will be.
I'm sure there are certain parts that are.
Yeah.
Are people still like, let's say, like maybe Costa Rica is a little too far outside of their comfort zone? Like some people, they're not adventurous and they get afraid of like, oh, Costa Rica, I'm going to be killed or robbed or whatever. Like, which is completely ridiculous because I've never heard that about Costa Rica. But they'll rather just go to like Nassau, Bahamas.
Well, they just
my
hear
father-in-law
like
was
bad
shut
things
down.
about South America, and they just kind of lump them all together.
Yeah, because they have no idea
Well,
about
it's
geography.
easier to do that too.
I mean,
That's what people do, right?
I did my research. This was my first time in Costa Rica, so I did my research, and it turns out it's the safest country in Central America.
Oh, wow.
I had my I do my vlog and I had my camera out, and we're just like three technically gringos, even though I'm not. Walking around, never had an issue with anybody.
Nice.
Not even like almost felt uncomfortable anywhere.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
And honestly, dude, you see a lot of immigrants. Is what you see, like a lot of Americans. I met Venezuelans. I met like
expats,
Spanish,
right? Yeah, like
yeah.
people
that. Yeah, I have a thing with that. Like, so when people move to the U.S., we're immigrants, but when Americans move to other countries, they're expats.
Yeah, it sounds
It
fancy.
sounds
right?
fancy.
I'm no
But you know what I mean. So,
How dare you? My God.
but yeah, dude, like it was seriously. It's a short flight too. It's like only like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not that expensive. Now, San Jose, the capital, does get crazy. We were there in like rush hour, and that was insane. The driving over there is insane. Like it reminded me of Venezuela. It kind of brought me back to how crazy people drive.
I wasn't
over there.
enjoying the driving in Dominican Republic. It's a different style.
It's
Do they have a senior frogs?
Oh my God.
I'd like to go to
You know what?
a nice senior frogs at
I'm
every
surprised
destination.
They haven't flipped that model somewhere and opened up a senorita frogs.
No, okay.
Right?
I mean, what would be different?
Senorita
Nothing,
Frog.
but I mean, just, it's popular to do that for your brand, right?
I think Senorita Frog was actually one of the prostitutes.
Hey, all right.
Cool. Did anything else? Did you go to the volcanoes?
Very good.
Volcano. Oh, what the fuck?
It's happening.
His sleeves just blew off.
I'm sorry. Don't punch me, bro. He's gonna punch me.
I'm making the transition.
He said cool, and I'm like, oh my God, he's very good at him.
He's driving a douche car.
It was the fucking car.
I was running through the questions. All I got was
Very good. I'm like, this motherfuckers ain't interested in shit.
Next thing you know, you're gonna start painting and shit.
He can't. His hands are all crippled.
Did you see volcanoes?
No, the closest volcano was a few hours away. We did see. Just went to like this abandoned hotel / restaurant that's like on top of a mountain, so you can just park your car and like hike like 45 minutes up, and you get this view of like the bay, like the beach and
Just
shit.
45 minutes to eat?
No, it's abandoned. It's like it's abandoned. There's nothing there, and it's all graffitied out. Like, and we got there was like some people like doing a capoeira and like graffitiing the
I hope
wall.
it's like, hey, go up to the abandoned hotel on the mountain and
Climb up there.
Check it out.
Yeah, is there any food or anything to do up there? Nah, a great view though, and then just some punks up there, beat you up.
And it was cool because like that town, like Jaco and Playa Hermosa and all that stuff, because it's such a big surfing area. Like seriously, everybody that was there was good looking because you have like the younger surfer. It's basically like a
hipper
skateboarder
area.
moving to California. You know what I mean? Like doing that thing. I'm gonna move to California and become a pro
And then
skateboarder.
everybody is like a skater when you get out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then in Costa Rica, everybody's like a hot surfer. So
How was the skate spots? Like,
I had bad luck with that. I had like
I saw one was closed, I think, right?
Well, yeah, I had like 3 different parks like ready to go. Like, this is where I'm gonna go. As soon as we land, we're gonna go to this indoor park in San Jose. We drove through rush hour. It took like 45 minutes, and the fucking thing was closed.
Yeah, I
I
saw
think
that.
because it was Mother's Day that day.
Don't skate on Mother's Day.
The next day, we went to Jaco Skate Park, and that shit was closed. And then there's a brewery with a bowl to skate. And something happened like a few days before, like something broke the ramp like during a storm, and they closed the fucking ramp.
Oh God!
Like, so I didn't get to skate. But
He's still there and enjoying
right.
yourself.
No, it was
and-
still fucking amazing.
I think the exact opposite of Costa Rica, as far as how the tourists look, would be Gettysburg. If you go to Gettysburg as a tourist, you are ugly.
My mom and dad took me to Gettysburg, so it checks out. Checks out.
Just saying, though.
Yeah, the whole family went.
Um,
I got a musket ball.
and so Travis, sorry to
Man, your transitions are struggling today.
That's all right.
uh,
We'll be right back.
I'm sorry.
Very good.
Good.
What's wrong with Travis?
No. I was gonna say that Travis told us the other day that what was the story about the coyotes?
Man, I was just walking through my neighborhood, minding my own business with my dog and my wife, and we were walking down the street, and some old man just sitting in his garage just yells out. He's like, hey, come here, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, shit, what the fuck have I done now? Like, I mean, I've been pretty good in the neighborhood. I keep my trash all in the right areas and whatnot. He comes marching out with his cane.
Keep your
and he
trash in the right area.
Yeah, well, but, like, I have to keep, like,
What kind of neighborhood are you living in? District 9? Like, what are you talking about?
You gotta keep like you can't drag your yard trash out before the before they pick up.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
scenario.
right. That's right.
And so he comes out and he throws his hand out and he's like, I just want to shake your hand. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, all right, so I bring it in. I'm like, stolen valor, let's do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like, thank you for saving Melissa. And I was like, what the fuck did I do? I was like, I just kind of shocked. And then a lady down the street yells from a distance. She's like, Travis, I was just telling him what you did. And I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I've done at this point. And I was like, yeah, sure. And he leans in. He's like, how many did you get? I still have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
So this guy thinks you're shooting coyotes?
This guy
and you're
thinks,
there?
come to find out, this guy thinks that I've been shooting and eliminating the entire coyote population in my neighborhood and in turn saved my neighbor from a coyote. I don't know where the fuck the story came from.
Now I remember. So that's the story you told us, exactly word for
Yeah,
word.
that is what he said.
Then you gave us maybe 10 Mississippis
True.
and said, maybe it's because I told them I was hunting coyotes.
I missed the follow-up. I missed that follow-up.
And then I'm like, what? He's like, I lied 2 months ago,
everyone.
I said I was getting a BB gun and I was going to
I know,
I was going to hunt coyotes. Well, then why?
Yeah, he's
why
like,
were
I
you
have-
surprised?
I have no idea why they would say this.
No, well, like,
It was me.
it was like a couple months ago. Like apparently there was like some there was a homeowner association meeting, and they were talking about how to get rid of the coyotes. And a guy was saying, "I'm going to leave bowls of antifreeze out to get rid of the coyotes." I said that was a fucking horrible idea.
Yeah, that'll kill other
I was like,
animals,
I'm
too.
gonna get an air rifle and I could just tag them. They'll run away. They'll get scared. Kind of like just kind of shoot them with a BB gun.
So
That
you
evolved
do
to
know
me.
why.
So at the community meeting,
Who goes to their community meeting?
I have no idea.
I'm a renter. I shouldn't even be there.
Butler's the head of the homeowners association, and he doesn't own a home.
Butler dressed like the Monopoly man at his home with a BB gun, a soldier.
He's standing there at the meeting. First one at the meeting.
And then
Oh, my God.
Butler, that's got to be another chopper trade. I'm trying to figure out how to categorize it. But telling us something about what he's confused by.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know why this guy would say that.
and then answering
Oh, yeah.
why
His own question.
his own question like 2 seconds later. That what is that?
I don't know.
One step forward, 2
ridiculous.
steps back. I don't know.
All right.
Oh, should we take a break? We could take a little break,
Yeah.
and then that way we get ready for. We got Ross on news, so we can jump into that. I got a ton of voicemails. You have a ton of emails that I printed out. We have a bunch on the list for dump them out. I wouldn't want to rush through those too, because we got some good stuff on here. We might have to call my wife a little bit later. Is there anything else we need to tell people about, dude? While I get our music organized.
Just that you could use our hookups page. There's tons of discounts for Tom and Dan listeners on hookups and our watering holes. In fact, Hollabox is doing something. Tell us about it, Travis.
Yeah. They're doing on October 1st and October 2nd in the evenings. They're going to be over at Scott's Maze out in Mount Dora, and they're doing a haunted Oktoberfest maze. They're going to have some goods out there, some sausages. They're going to be brewing up all their famous kind of to-go goods. They do brats and whatnot, and pretzels and beers.
Nice.
So be out there. It's a ticketed event, so definitely check that out. It's a Hollerbox event out in Mount Dora.
I'm sure you can go on their social and probably find
100%. That's
tickets
where I found the information. There'll also be a ticket link out to the tickets.
Cool.
Sweet. I picked this because I knew Tony Rage was stopping by. I thought he would like this. Brand new music from the band Face to Face. This is called Black Eye Specialist. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show@tomanddan.com. If you would like to email us, that's show@tomanddan.com. We'll be right back.
Tell me true. Whoa, would you tell me true?
Oh, I love music like that. It's like good lighten up a left-handed cigarette styled music. That is just because people have been asking me a lot lately. Hey Dan, what are you playing? That's the Chris Hazy Band with Tell Me True, and I believe you spell that Haise. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here, Butler's here, Tony Rage is here. The fish are good. We were going to wait on Ross. We're a little bit early for him, so what do you want to do in the meantime?
Let's talk about what we're drinking today from ABC.
Yeah, absolutely. This is 1941's vodka. This is a proprietary vodka brand from ABC. And I muddled up just some simple mint with some lime juice, fresh squeezed lime juice, made a nice Moscow Mule. So we don't have the copper cup, so I don't know how that affects the cocktail.
Too much mint.
Too much mint?
Too much mint. It's good. It's a delicious drink, but
I like the mint.
The mint's getting stuck in my straw. So hey, look at that. Hey.
Oh my
I
god!
just put the straw in there to stir, to kind of agitate it.
I think, and Butler, you were a bartender.
He spoiled me. Every other drink I've given a 10s, but this one I'm going to give it a 9.
At one point, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and this may align with Butler's chopperness, right? But it seems to me that if you are a bartender and a chopper, you love like doing the extraordinary or the extraordinary things like the muddling and the fire and stuff.
Yeah. You like all that.
You probably like the fire the most, where you asked every customer you want it on fire. Because you want to use the blowtorch.
You want me to warm your straw?
Or you want to smash something. It all ties into chopperness. So I imagine, Butler, that you liked all the muddling and
like
the blowtorch.
You couldn't just make us a good old whiskey Diet Coke.
Well, you could,
dad.
but you wouldn't enjoy it as much.
I would have to rim the glass with some lime.
Rim the
like
glass?
Yeah, you have to
how about, I want paper cup, warm whiskey, warm Diet Coke.
And by the way, we are sending out ABC gift cards, like $15 straight up gift cards to people that use hashtag TDABC. Like if we see that, Tony will contact you.
We're
Not
supposed to send
everybody.
those.
But
I've been handing those out at Macy's, giving them to children.
so
We have so many of them.
So when you go to ABC, just use that hashtag, and then we'll randomly contact a bunch of people and mail you a gift card.
Yeah,
So-
we can definitely do that. And we're still taking recipes too, right?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely
yeah.
still email me the recipes if you have anything, and I'll send you we got some bigger gift cards to send you.
I've kind of gotten on this cocktail kick, and I know that you've had a couple cocktails lately, and my wife's been making cocktails lately, and I know Samantha's never been a stranger to cocktails. Are you a bit of a cocktail man?
Not much of a cocktail man, but I do like my whiskey and Coke.
Well, you do? You really?
Yeah, I
You're
do.
like a whiskey and Coke guy,
I do.
but regular Coke, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm a big fan of that's an underrated drink, and I had one, a little while ago, but it was I was plain sugar Coke with rum.
Oh yeah,
Just a regular,
Too
but it's got
sweet.
it is so sweet.
It's
But
like sugar with sugar.
But you like the
Can't do
sugar
it.
Coke. I mean, the rum is good, and it makes you feel better.
yeah, it just like the whole thing is just. I'm not saying I'm gonna have more than one, but lots of ice and pure sugar Coke and like a captain, like spiced rum.
That's a Venezuelan delicacy.
It's just good, man. And rum, I believe, for me, rum is underrated because I believe that I've gotten the most effed up on rum.
Yeah.
Like, I think rum is, I've done some bad things on rum.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'll get you.
Yeah, because I went through a period where it was I was Captain Morgan Danny.
Yeah, next time
I jumped off a pirate ship naked off a rum.
Now he's Captain Morgan jumping off.
There it is. It was only a matter of time.
At Gasparilla. Kids everywhere.
Just tell us the goddamn story.
I helicoptered my dick in a McDonald's play place.
It was
Why would you say that?
You don't need.
Oh my God!
He gets caught up and he wants to play with us, and I'm just saying I like Coke and rum, and you're like, I jumped off a pirate ship naked with a heart on.
What the hell?
We're gonna have to sit down alone with you, and I'm gonna have to give you an impossible challenge.
He'll do it though. Somehow he'll pull it off.
That will happen.
You'll do it.
Anyway, how'd you jump off?
It was a Jos Van Dyke is when I sailed around the British
You're a
Virgin
dyke.
Islands.
Motherfucker, don't call me a dyke.
Jos Van Dyke is an area in the British Virgin Islands, and there's a sailboat out there, and it's actually a large pirate ship. And in the evenings, you strip down naked, you jump off the back of it, and you get a free shirt.
No, that's not a thing. You get a free
free
shirt.
shirt.
No,
Get a free shirt.
That's
Yeah.
the business.
I did it in the middle
So
of the
you showed your
afternoon,
dick
and I
for a
got
free
kicked off.
shirt.
Yeah, I got asked not to come back.
I don't believe there is a business that they give you a free shirt when you jump on the back of the giant pirate ship nude.
Yeah.
So hold on.
Look at it.
No.
I think they're just trying to give you clothes so you can fucking
Cover your
naked.
dick.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
But
There
also,
was.
why'd they kick you off?
Well, because I did it in the afternoon. It's supposed to be in the evening when you jump off.
no, I don't think that's a thing.
I did it. I
either.
did it like brunch.
Is this like a restaurant? And they're like the old and
People saw the back of my balls.
So this is a restaurant where they encourage their patrons to jump off the
The boat, yeah,
nude.
nude.
Well, a different country, so like they don't have the same, they're not litigious, they're like, nudity is not as harsh. So if a grown man, shows your child his genitalia, they kind of they don't frown upon it.
I'll bring
that
my
much.
shirt in next time.
Oh, you still have the shirt?
I still have the shirt.
They look at it more jokey than.
We've had this discussion recently
Predatory.
because Carrot Top. I sent that to you guys last night. I said let's make the most of tomorrow, and I sent the GIF of Carrot Top bouncing when he's in running shorts. And I find it odd that you consider that jokey. I feel like it's an affront.
I remember what I was going to ask Tony. So real quick, my sons don't like anything, and they're not into anything, don't want to do anything. I ask them all the time. I'm like, please, I want you to do something. Normal kids do something. All these other dads, they brag about their kids in basketball. Like,
You could
soccer.
enroll them in teams. You just don't do that.
Well,
But
I
it
think he
seems-
asked them what they want to
You
do.
don't ask them. You just put them in there.
I ask them, and they don't want to do nothing. Except,
I thought they wanted to play football last night.
I gotta interject. I will say we did ask Maisie. So if we're going tit for tat,
Yeah, but his kids are too laid back. So at
they're
some point,
very
you gotta
laid back
push him to do
because
something.
I
I
know.
asked Maisie, "Do you want to do dance?" And the answer was yes. I didn't push her into anything because I'm not that guy. I don't want to make her. I want her to love me, and she doesn't. I'm not gonna make her do
Well,
it.
it's not working.
I know what I should do anyway. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing a lot of things. I know what I should do in every aspect of my life.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Eat healthier.
Don't drink.
Do exercise more.
Yeah.
Don't drink. We all know. We don't do it.
Sure.
Anyway, so I found one thing that they were Max more than Tommy, but
Great.
Tommy, and it was skateboarding.
Good.
And
Really?
I got an extra board
oddly
if you
enough,
want one.
They've expressed interest into skateboarding. Some of our friends, Miami friends, got their kids into skateboarding.
Nice.
And they take their kids to skate parks. And then, like, my buddy Alex, he goes with his son, and he takes the instruction, too.
Alex and I talk all the time.
Okay, yeah. What? I'd never talked to him.
Well, you're whitey. They don't talk to you.
Anyway, so then they started, like, I was like, yes, I got a thread of interest. And then I was like, well, where do I go?
You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go.
And I got to go to Uncle Tony because he knows skateboarding.
He does.
And he'll give me,
Well,
a
first,
deal.
you gotta be a sponsor. I
deal.
feel like you gotta be a sponsored rider for Team Stay Young.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be skating with your sons, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go there and be involved, but I'm,
He's going to be giving them water on the sidelines.
You
and
can be the
shit.
first pro writer for Stay Young.
Yeah.
And I can, I know how to do it from back in the day, so I could teach them and really.
Sounds great.
When's the last time you've been on a skateboard?
Non-electric.
Not a one wheel.
Correct.
Not a
Correct.
one wheel.
I
A
mean-
one wheel is a handicapped person's
Like,
device.
been on it or.
Rode a skateboard.
Not holding it.
Been on it.
Rode
Which
it
is
aggressively?
not sitting on your butt, holding the Bud Light between
Yeah,
your legs,
that
going
doesn't
down the
count.
driveway.
That
That
does
does
not
not
count.
count.
I mean,
Because I
push.
do that now with my daughter. I sit on put a beer between my legs. I ride down the parking lot.
It may have been 25 years.
Dude, last time I was
But
on a
if-
skateboard, I ate it and almost broke my wrist.
yeah.
Oh, it was bad.
But
Bad. It was last November.
Yeah,
Real bad.
Skateboard is not as much as a bicycle. You do forget how to skate, or your muscles forget how to skate.
Absolutely
Yes.
do.
And you will.
And
you
things
will eat
hurt
shit.
when you land.
I never forget 9/11.
I got a
Tomorrow.
skateboard. I got a skateboard in my
Relevant.
trunk.
You know, that is relevant. Well done. You know, I gotta take my hat off.
I got a skateboard in my trunk.
I honestly forgot it was tomorrow.
Oh my! Never forget, man.
Say that, dude. That's
It's the 20-year anniversary.
I remember the joke.
That's the worst thing
I
you can say.
remembered the joke, not the actual tragedy date. Oh my
I'm joking. God.
I don't know if you are or not. I don't know what's happening.
Too soon, bro.
Too
20
soon.
years, too soon. Too soon.
I'm just joking
soon.
around. Anyway.
I have a TikTok video that I was going to show you this week. It's funny you brought that up because it's like a goddamn 2-year-old, maybe even younger than 2, skateboarding.
Yes, I've
You
seen
seen
this
it, the little
video.
girl?
Yeah, she's good,
It's
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
She rips.
But I feel
She has
like
great balance.
she wants to do that, and she like naturally is good
Well,
at
her
it.
dad is a skateboarder.
Yeah.
I got Ross. You guys want to do some
Yeah.
news? All right. We've never done this where we just
We'll come back to skateboarding.
we beam him in live. I like this. It's kind of exciting. Hey, there he is. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, your hair's looking good, man.
Oh, look at that.
I like that.
Very
God,
Ariana Grande.
It's so long. My God, man.
That is a grande.
You gotta have the healthiest hair in Orlando.
Yeah.
Good. Are you using mane and tail?
Yeah, the J-Lo.
Yeah.
Head and Shoulders, and then Dove's Men Care once in a while.
All right, Dove's Men Care's legit. I like that. Shall we? Are you okay if we just jump right into
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's hit this button.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's news today brought to you by Tots with Ross, the Orlando talk show with Ross McCoy.
Indeed, there's a fresh one out with a very good friend of me and my wife, who a very funny comedian, a very funny actor. Samantha has seen this particular gentleman at the Frozen show when he was doing that over at Disney's Hollywood
Yep.
Studios. It is our good friend Equity Ben.
How you doing, Ross?
Good. What's up, guys?
Not much. You know.
Just having a day. Tom's trying to find something his boys are into. What are your boys into?
Tom forgot it was 9/11 tomorrow.
He did forget it was 9/11. You've got a painter. You've got your boys. Like, what are their interests?
Real quick though, can I just remind Tom about Dre? I don't know what all.
Yeah, right?
Do you remember he made rap and then later headphones?
Yeah.
He knows. He knows.
Abandoned his daughter. We talked about.
Yeah.
Oh.
To hit a lady journalist? Did that come up?
Oh,
I forgot about that. We did forget about that part of Dre.
The amount of Dre knowledge that Ross has is the abundance.
What? How did he hit her again?
I think he just smacked her.
If I'm recalling correctly, I haven't read this story in some time. I believe like she approached him in like a stairwell or something, and she was asking him some questions that he did not want to hear, and he showed her the back of his hand.
Oh, okay. Backhanded her.
My
That's
God.
aggressive.
So Ross knows so much Dr. Dre knowledge, has so much that he is a doctor of Dr. Dre. I'll leave.
So Ross, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. Did you guys tell 9/11 stories?
Where were you at?
No, best job on 9/11.
Where were you in the world?
Do you not remember mine? I was in Atlanta. My wife was at a job fair, and I took my sister to the World of Coke, and we walked into the World of Coke and like started the tour. And every time the World of Coke premise is you go up a flight of stairs and try a bunch of different Cokes from around the world, and then you go up another flight of stairs and repeat. So every time we walk up a flight of stairs, and there'd be a security guard with the fucking radio, listening to the radio, and they'd be like, oh my God, a plane crashed in New York. And then we go up another flight of stairs, try some more Coke. Like another plane crash, and every flight of stairs, Pennsylvania, the fucking Pentagon. And eventually I just turned to my sister and said, we got to get the fuck out of the World of Coke.
Yeah. That's it's a.
Not without trying Beverly, though. You got to get a little Beverly to go.
So Ross, what do you got for us today?
We got, let's start with some Banksy news. You guys know I love Banksy.
Yes.
And I'm sure you heard that that piece that we talked about that he shredded at auction is back up for auction. They're predicting it's probably going to double in price. Like this guy's going to make millions off the fact that Banksy decided to self-destruct a piece of his own art. And then have you guys heard or talked about the Banksy NFT offering?
I saw that headline or something in the news, but I don't know that much about it. But I'm glad you have this.
But real quick, they're selling the shredded piece of art.
Yeah, the frame, the shredded art, the whole thing. The guy renamed it. He calls it now like love in the bin or something like that. It was like girl with a balloon when Banksy sold it, and this guy now calls it love in the bin, and he's putting it back up for auction. And I don't believe he's even had it restored. It's just like the shredded painting and the fucking frame.
I think I'd rather have it the way it is because I think
that's part of the art, right?
I actually believe that, like that is something I don't have anywhere near what kind of money that would go for, but I wouldn't mind having that. That's pretty neat.
Well,
looking at like the 8 millish range is what they're thinking, and that'll be about double what he paid for it at auction.
I don't understand the pricing of anything that's considered, like precious or collectible. I mean, they sold a Batman comic, I guess, yesterday for like, I want to say it was like $2 million. It was like the first issue of Batman. I was just like, and it wasn't even like a perfect issue. It was like graded like right. I don't. 8 mil, Ross?
So this guy can potentially make $4 million off the fact that he bought a Banksy painting, and then when the gavel hit the thing,
it shredded
itself, and now he's selling it for double what he bought it for. That's insane, right? Like,
minus auction fees, Tom. Those auction fees are a real killer. You're forgetting about that.
Yeah, doesn't it though? In a very strange, does it put an exclamation point on Banksy's joke? That he's selling it for double what it originally sold for, right? Like, it just proves the whole, like, exit through the gift shop, the whole premise of it.
Yeah. It's all bullshit.
The overinflation,
the media and the story of that getting shredded caused that to double in price, which is crazy because it's all subjective, right? It's all
and it doesn't work with everything. I think it's just art, because if you sell a car and you tell them, well, this car took me down to New Hampshire with my family, well, it's still a piece of shit. So here's $200.
Yeah, but if like Tupac shit in the trunk, like, I'm just saying, if there's a story.
Excellent example. Ross, what do you think of that example Tom just put? That's fantastic. You know what, dude? You've been killing me this week. You're the funniest human being I know of. That's hilarious. Who would say that?
An idiot.
But I would buy that, though. I would be intrigued. I would go to that auction site to see it's a Lamborghini and Tupac shit in the trunk. I don't even know where the trunk on the Lamborghini is.
It's in the front.
I definitely want Paul Harvey's the rest of the story on how that happened, though.
So, what else with Banksy?
Okay, so Banksy's website announced like last week or the week before the website went live at like banksy.com/NFT and announced that they were going to be auctioning off Banksy's first ever NFT. Okay. And so it started to happen. People started bidding. This guy won. And then it became apparent when Banksy's website shut down and that was removed. And then there was an announcement made that was not a Banksy NFT at all, that they'd been hacked. And somebody had just acquired the ability to post pages to banksy.com, announced this NFT, and then got a shitload of money from some sucker.
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Wow.
That sounds very Banksy, though.
Oh, yeah. Let's say it. Oh, is this just another elaborate? Because now I don't believe anything.
Well, now you can sell that NFT for double what you pay for.
Yeah, this is the hacked, not Banksy NFT that you scammed the original guy, triple the price. So, like,
in a roundabout way, isn't this what we say about when we do a commercial and we flub the commercial and then you and I like make some jokes about it? And then
it works better.
And then it works better.
Yeah.
It's that.
I think it is. Yeah.
It is that. I mean, the brand is being magnified by.
You're fucking with the status quo, right?
Yeah, like, you're just shaking it up.
And that's all Banksy's ever done, right? Is like, try to stir the art industry up.
Yeah, regardless,
or
it's still a cool NFT to own. Because it's the legendary hacked, even if it has no connection to Banksy whatsoever.
It's the only one.
Well, how much did he pay for it?
I don't know. Does it give you...
So now the kind of breaking news of it is that it's come out now that Banksy or his people were informed ahead of time that this hack was possible. It was kind of like bouncing around hacking forums and stuff, and at least one reputable source has come forward and said that he let them know, and they just ignored him. And then so this happened. They announced it was not Banksy. The hacker got scared. There was like a lot of heat and a lot of pressure on. So he gave the guy the money back. It was $340,000 in cryptocurrency.
That's a lot.
And he gave him everything back except for the initial $5,000 transfer fee. The hacker would not cough that up, and the guy was like, "Fine, I don't care. Just give me the rest."
Wow.
Fair.
That's fair for everybody.
You got a Bitcoin out of it.
You know, those things have never worked. I can remember my teacher going, whoever puts back my glasses on my... I'm going to turn my back, and I'm going to give this person a free... No, it never worked.
Yeah.
No one ever did it. We just throw paper ball at her head.
Yeah. So, like, are they going to go after him for, like, criminal charges? Like, isn't that counterfeiting or at least...
Dude, I don't know. Like, getting cops to track down online stuff is a pain in the ass if you want to get it done. So I don't know if this guy's happy enough to have everything back with $5,000. If he's not going to pursue it, I doubt any cops in the world are.
Yeah. Well, also, like, the fact that it was all through crypto would be extremely hard for them to even track down, because that's the whole purpose of crypto. And then
it'd fall into Interpol.
Yeah. Then, so you could have that guy.
That's Danger Mouse.
Yeah. He could have easily stolen that.
It depends on what crypto. A lot of crypto, part of the blockchain is the record of all the transactions. So, like, you would, in a certain sense, you would always know that this was the Banksy fucking crypto too. Like, that's another. You get a hold of those Bitcoins, and that's another collectible for you.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's the whole purpose.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We actually have an NFT that's been sitting since last year, and I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, Daniel made an NFT of our first ever show. And then we sat in here, we looked at it.
I'm like, there
nothing.
it is.
We're like,
I got it.
And then we're like, what do we do with it?
Yep.
And literally once every month, we have a short
I
discussion
log
about
in, I look
what
at
to
it,
do
I'm
with
like,
it.
there it is.
And I'm like, do we sell it? I'm like, who's gonna buy it? And they're like, do we sell it for charity? I don't. Then we were like,
It's
I don't
out
know.
there. If you can find it, you're welcome to bid on it. It's out there.
Oh, can someone bid on it?
If they can find it.
All right. What do we do? Anyway.
I'm the only person
You know what
that
you
knows
guys should
where
do? All the fucking mediocre art in the studio. Pig Tits NFT. Fucking that one up behind Sam by Derek Jennings. That NFT.
We thought about, like, making the NFTs of some of the studio art, but then, like,
I felt embarrassed. Honestly, Ross, after I mined that first NFT, I felt embarrassed for some reason. I felt weird. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
It would be essentially stealing from that artist, though, right?
We'd have to get his permission. That's not ours. I mean, we own it, but that's his.
Can you make an NFT of other people's art and sell it?
I don't think
Probably
so.
not, right?
No.
I mean, it's a fucking Wild West.
I think you could try.
Yeah. Have we figured out, like, if you look who is Banksy on Google?
Yeah, they got pictures of him.
It'll tell you, right? Okay. So there's no mysteries.
Yeah,
much
he'll
anymore.
deny it. Other people will deny it, but he's
okay.
He's on.
All
He's
right.
part of a band, isn't he?
I don't know.
There's different theories, but you can look it up.
Next story.
Yeah, this
Russ.
article I was reading for the NFT thing was saying he just got back from like an Asian tour where he bombed all these cities in Asia, and it required this whole crew. So he has a fucking crew. There's people out there who know who Banksy is.
Yeah.
Well, how rich is he? Like, is he in the past $50 million?
He's ever had any bad graffitis, maybe in like Singapore. He got caned or anything.
How is he worth? Is he worth an insane amount of money?
I don't know.
It's a great question.
It's
I
usually,
honestly,
I mean, he doesn't really sell his art though. Really, it's public art, and then it's just then the people that own the building kind of sell it, right?
I think he does sell.
Banksy, what are you listening to?
Supposedly worth $50 million.
Okay, well, I've said 50. So, like,
No, are you Banksy?
I am Banksy.
I thought you were Orlando Batman.
Both. Moonlight as Batman.
He's Banksy Batman.
Very, very busy job.
All right, we got a story. I believe this is out of Michigan. It almost has to be a kid. This guy got divorced, moved back in with his parents. It's Grand Haven, Michigan. This guy got divorced, moved in with his parents, lived with them about 10 months. And when he moved out, he discovered that they had thrown away his extensive pornography collection. And so he sued them.
Oh, I remember this.
He won. They just announced the damages. One of in the case, the judge cites an email his dad sent saying, "Frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff." And they basically, declared that this guy did own the stuff. His parents threw it out without his permission. They were effectively acting as his landlords, and they had no right to do it. So they have to pay now. The collection, they're estimating worth $30,000, $30,441, and they also have to pay his legal fees amounting to $14,500.
Good for him. Good for him.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, like if he had some like really
Dude, a really
classic,
valuable
yeah.
fucking collection.
Some Banksy's in there.
They don't get to just throw it away just because they
Some
don't believe in it.
Spanksies.
They think it's immoral. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's your
The
parents'
collection
house.
is described here as films, magazines, and other items.
Yeah, this right here is a signed butt plug from Jenner Jamerson.
This is a vintage pocket pussy.
I don't know if other parents feel this way, and Ross, you
I'm
can tell
just
me.
glad that I have a less of a chance of finding heaps of pornography in Maisie's room.
But
there is a lesser chance.
I feel like no matter what age my sons are, like me being their dad outweighs any law, any like rights they have. Like I feel like I still have.
They're your property.
So if they're living with you, they're like,
I feel the same way about my wife.
so if they're living with you, thank you, Sean Connery. So if they're living with you and under your roof, and and you're allowed to
My
throw out their
house, my
pornography,
I'll do anything I want to them. I could throw away their money's my money.
I think my
they're
dad felt like my dad. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
but
sure
Tom
felt
won't
that
actually
way.
do that. That's my point.
No, he'll never throw out their pornography. Be like, here's your pornography, boys. I'm so sorry.
He'll
I'm
flip
so
the
sorry."
pages for them.
Anything to make you love me.
No, but if they like are going through bad times and move in my house now,
They're never moving out.
Put a sock
I
on
don't
the
want 'em
door. Put a sock on the door, but so Orlando Batman knows what you're doing.
I tell my sons it's just horrible, but I'm like, live with me forever. Like be my friend forever.
Be my friend
Yeah,
forever.
like I don't mind. You can live with me forever. Like I'm like the crow. She'll get fed up. She'll be gone, but it'll just be us. And I'll put a trampoline in the house, but it won't be this house. It'll be small.
Yeah,
it'll be a mini trampoline.
More like an apartment. More like an apartment, or as I call it, a
Little
house.
exercise
a house with
trampolines.
other people.
Yeah, it's the apartments across from Baldwin Park because I won't be able to afford. the
fuck
one.
it! I'll be living at Ravenage.
Too fancy. But anyway, I this is kind of a dickhead thing to do to your parents, right? Like,
Well,
and what porn? Yeah.
Especially when they let him move back in after a divorce.
That's a good point.
Was he paying rent in that house? And that's how the judge
Must have been, because the judge cites a lot of landlord sites type stuff when he rules. He throws a lot of landlord rules in there. You don't have the right to throw something out just because you don't like it as a landlord. Basically.
Yeah, because under the letter of the law, he's an adult, and now he's just a tenant at these people's house. And if he even pays, even if it's $100 a month towards the electric bill, that's
still
considered something.
yeah.
And then you're not allowed to throw another adult's belongings away, or you'll be, So that's what porn collection's worth $30,000.
I'm
Was
sure
it
he had some 70s and 80s stuff that's out of print that you can't find. I mean, if you had some stuff that has stars that don't act anymore, or maybe people that went mainstream,
or like their first I mean, some Playboys are probably worth something, right? Or no?
Well, some are, but not the amount of money that most men that have stacks of them claim they are. I mean, yeah, of course they are, but yeah, I bet you. And I think when Ross says film, I think he might mean canisters. I think he might mean actual 70s.
I don't know.
Films
I
that
think it's just
The guy's
drawers
last
and
name
drawers.
is Working, right? It says Working had asked them for his 12 boxes of porn, sex toys, tambourine, and black comforter back.
I want my tambourine, my black comforter. By the way, black was a bad choice for
Yeah,
me.
why
I'm
would he
backing along. Should have gotten a white comforter, but that's neither here nor there. Give me back my tambourine.
And Dalmatian comforter. So this guy's a crazy person, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, he won and he
most
won.
tambourine guys are. You're a musician. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, tambourine guys, never trust them.
But
Would you go into court and admit
No.
you had tens of thousands?
I don't know, man. If it was 30 grand worth, I don't know.
Ross, I don't admit it now, and it's just a web browser.
He had more than 400 VHS tapes and 1,600 DVDs.
God damn. Sorry.
You owe me a coat.
Okay, so this is from
I'll wipe it off.
From growing up in Miami. I remember because everybody's scamming everybody down there. There was a thing in high school that people would they would claim their car was broken into, and they get receipts from the guys they knew that worked at Best Buy for like stereo systems and things in their car.
then-
This whole story is weird. Sorry.
I know, and then turn them into the insurance company, and then be like, "Look at all they stole! They stole my goddamn
so you're-
bazooka!"
so you're- yeah.
And then they would get. It was just insurance scams. And
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
way, this is why our insurance is sky high because of Miami.
So you're saying that
True.
this guy actually lied,
Well, not necessarily lied, but they
inflated the price of his collection.
No, he had documentation.
Well, they have to give you the actual price of like. It doesn't matter what's like.
Oh, so he had like
He had
for
receipts.
insurance.
He had legitimate receipts. And then it says the parents kept some of the pornography, which they described as, quote, the worst of the worst, in a safety deposit box out of concerns it would be illegal. If you thought that was illegal, why are you holding on to it? Right? And then it says police reviewed. Listen to this. Then the police reviewed the X-rated material and found no evidence of illegality and no charges resulted from it. So they kept some of his porn stash in a safety deposit box because they thought it was like the worst of the worst.
I put your rings in
Why
there
would
with
you do
that,
that?
with that DVD
This
of the
whole
girl sucking a
family-
horse.
This whole family's insane.
I got your rings in there too.
Yeah, because
And the deed to the house.
Mom, that says barely legal.
Right.
100%. That was the dad trying to hold on to some stuff, telling the mom, you know what, this one might be illegal. Let's put this one in the safe deposit box where nobody can get a hold of it except for us.
Yeah, exactly.
but why not just burn it for your son's
Right.
benefit?
No, the dad wanted it.
Or if you thought it was illegal and you're holding on to it for what? To turn him in?
Yeah.
Then turn him in now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Like, who wants a bunch of child porn in their safety deposit box?
Right.
That's
What I'm saying.
Like,
I
you,
thought
now
that's
it's in
where
your
everybody
possession.
put it.
It doesn't make any sense.
you burn it in the backyard, right? Like, you find anything of your son's that you're like, oh my God, he's a sicko.
Yeah.
And you burn it.
Yeah.
Right, to
Well, you
save
have, a
your
decision,
son.
you have a decision to make. You burn it either in the backyard, you burn the house down, or you just drive away.
Yeah.
Right? It's the three for
Yeah. Or you kill
Sam,
yourself. That was a good one.
Sam, you listen to murder podcasts. Tell them the backyard burn pile is
That's
the
true.
first fucking thing they check.
That is true.
Yeah. But I mean, you burn it.
Yeah,
good.
what are you going to see? You're just going to see a couple pieces of paper with some titty, a couple of titty there.
You're like,
You burn it in a bucket, then you flush the ashes.
So, yeah, there I am.
Oh wow, look.
We used to know guys.
You guys all got scared of me.
I was just going to admit something that I need to get up. I flush Halloween candy wrappers.
Gotta clog your toilet, buddy.
What?
I don't want my wife knowing.
Oh, to hide it from your
Blood
wife?
snacks?
Oh, I've been doing that for years.
I get too high. Thank you. I get too high, and then I'm in there, and it's just a Reese's wrapper, and I'm like, if I scrunch it up real tight, it'll make it down there. Because I've seen my doo-doos.
One day they're gonna be
Oh, it's
breaking it open.
in big Reese's.
Shawshank of
Just candy wrappers.
all right, Ross. What's the next one?
All right, let's stay with pornography. We got a bishop, a Spanish bishop, left the Catholic Church. Right? He was Spain's youngest bishop. He's met the Pope. Kind of known for being outspoken against abortion, against homosexuality. Announced he's leaving the church. Newspaper called Religion Digital is now reporting that it's come out that he fell for a lady named Sylvia Caballal. She's a psychologist and an erotic novelist. Okay, he left the church for a lady who writes smut books, including books like The Hell of Gabriel's Lust and the Amnesia trilogy, in which the reader is promised a journey into sadism, madness, lust, and a struggle between good and evil.
Whoa, this guy's going to doing the preacher's daughter 180, right?
Yeah.
He basically left the Bible for Bible porn.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's probably because that's familiar to him, right?
Or it was his thing all along, and he just found one that he could
You're
jerk
probably
off to.
closer. That's probably closer. Is that all along? Yeah.
Like, I often wonder when guys, like, they'll do this whether you leave your family or do something like you leave your career or your lifelong mission to do, you know what I'm saying? You're like,
That's my dream is to leave my family.
But being the youngest one of these, he has to be like, what, 45 or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not like
He's not
19.
He's not like Doogie Howser.
52.
He's 50.
52.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're 52.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for a long time. You,
Yeah.
all your friends and your family.
You gotta read some smut and get a hard on. You're freaking out.
Like how? Like he must be
He's
like
freaking
fed
out.
up. He's freaked out, right?
He's freaking out. He's doing a full frog freak out.
Like midlife crisis freak out where you're just because now you're going 180 and you've left all like the Catholic Church and everybody you know for the exact opposite of what they don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's weird to me that someone's willing to go and do that. Like take some fucking balls, right? Like it's crazy.
Both do, right? I kind of feel like, there's a part of me that says like, wow, that's going to be really hard if you're maybe you're struggling with that, right? Let's say part of you wants to stay and be a bishop, and the other part of you does not, and you got to decide which one would be better for you.
And you really, really, really love God, but you just want to jerk off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think as at a 52-year-old man,
And
like
unfortunately,
that would start.
jerk off's always going to win with me, and
Yeah.
it's
At
just,
that
I'm
age?
being honest. Yeah, because I wouldn't have had it, right? And the way I believe, the way I was raised with my mom, I'm not really a believer, but like I would think if I were still in that position, I'd be like, well, obviously he's going to forgive me for jerking off one time.
Well,
You
this
know? And then I jerk off like 25.
A
But I'm
day,
just saying,
well, one time a day,
but I'm
yeah.
just saying, I would think, oh, he's going to forgive me for that.
well, the system's built where if you apologize, you're forgiven. So it's like it is where no matter what you do, you feel pretty safe because you just have to apologize.
Did any of you go to like Catholic school?
No.
I did, yeah. And I remember a teacher telling us that masturbation was a sin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like, I don't know, 8 years old or whatever.
Oh my God.
8 years old.
Did you even know what masturbation was?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Tommy will be 8 years old in like
Yeah.
7 months or something. Like
What's the right age to address that? Not 8, right?
no,
Ross, I go to you on this stuff. You've been in the game longer. What's the right age?
Nah, they got phones and shit now, Dan. It's all taken care of. That's on PBS at this point.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, I'm sure they're looking at PBS on their phone.
Actually, Maisie does, but that's only because PBS pays some of the bills.
There was a very special episode of The Electric Company that taught me a lot about the human body.
Ooh. I remember watching Captain Condom in middle school.
What?
Yeah, we've talked about this before. There was a cartoon. It's Captain Condom, and it was all about like diseases and stuff and sex.
but in school, in any type of professional environment, there was nothing that they were telling me that I didn't know about. Like I didn't learn anything in school, right? Did anybody learn something from a professional teaching you in some sort of like religious
Hey,
school?
I remember hair on a vagina was very odd for me.
Did you learn that in school?
I learned the first time
That there was hair on it, you mean?
The first time I saw it was in one of my dad's fold-out Hustlers. I remember looking at it, and it was a very aggressive magazine. This wasn't Playboy. It was very aggressive, and when I looked at it, like I was like, that's fucked up. Something's wrong there. But then I watched the video in health class, and it was a woman having a baby, and I saw the hair up on their, obviously she's a pregnant woman. She's not going to be like making sure it's a landing strip 90s. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm a faint.
Yeah, I think
Didn't you see your mom nude when you
I
were a
did,
kid?
but
Yeah.
I didn't put it all together, man. I didn't understand the whole hair thing.
I think I learned that there were 2 holes down there instead of 1 because I think
What?
I used to think
You
that
learned that as a kid?
I don't know. I'm still
Yeah,
like the
in
flat
school,
earther
yeah.
of one holder.
Like a bird.
Ross
I
kept
can't see
yelling
him,
at
but
me.
is that Tony Rage? Tony Rage thought ladies had a cloaca. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
I remember watching a porn and I thought it was just 1 hole down there, and then in health class, turns out there was 2.
Okay, yeah.
I guess 3 technically. A
3.
little pee hole.
Wait, there's a pee hole.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, I was talking about the butthole
Oh,
and the
I thought you were talking about 2 holes
Hold
in the
on a
vagina.
second. There's 3 holes down there?
yeah. There's a fuck hole.
Thank you, Doc. Oh,
That's the clinical term.
Good thing we have a Venezuelan doctor here.
Teach my sons that in skateboarding class.
All right, you
3 holes.
All right, welcome to skateboarding class, you fuckholes.
What's next story, Ross?
Dan, I don't know if you remember, but probably like 85% of the shit I know to this very day was from the Playboy Advisor. Do you remember Playboy Advisor?
Yeah,
like,
and they do the little drawings of the little cartoon girl, right? Like,
well, that was in the jokes.
That was in the jokes.
The Playboy jokes. So like 2 pages earlier would be Playboy Advisor, where like people would write in with questions, either about stereo equipment or menage a trois or anal sex or whatever. And like some dude or lady at Playboy headquarters would just like answer in the most clinical and precise terms.
Yeah.
All of these questions. And so if you read, I don't know, a few dozen years of Playboy just in the course of your childhood, you learned a lot of shit from Playboy Advisor.
You did, because you're right. They would answer it in a very Fair Villa styled way. You know, like they didn't make it weird. So yeah, that is interesting. You could learn a lot of stuff from that. Not at Penthouse though; those were all made up lie stories. Old made up lie stories about the DJ getting double blowjob in the strip club booth. That never happened. Strip club DJs are gross.
You can almost do the exact opposite of anything you read in Penthouse and be good to go.
Yeah, for sure. What else you got, man?
All right, Dan. Not since the fish are eating my friends have I had a story that is going to freak you out so much. Oh, no. Imagine yourself, Dan, you're on the International Space Station. It's been getting a little creaky lately. There's been a couple air leaks. They've had some engine misfirings. The Russian section is starting to crack a little bit. Nothing to worry about. Just some light cracking in the Russian section. And you guys are floating there. It's time to charge up the batteries. You flip the switch. You start charging the batteries. And there you are in space, in a tube full of air in the vacuum, and the smoke alarms start to go off.
This is terrifying.
I would never go in space. Space scares the shit out of me.
I would take that underwater. Mother fish can eat. I can hear my friends.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I'm freaking out a little bit. I would take that.
At least you're on Earth, right?
Yeah.
100%. This is terrifying to me. You know what movie is really hard for me to watch is
Gravity.
Open the pod bay doors. Hal, the
2001, A Space Odyssey.
Yeah,
Odyssey.
it still fucks with me, man. Like those type of, I get real claustrophobic, and I think it maybe goes back to my plane thing or something. I don't know. Spaceship is a no go.
So they started charging the batteries. An alarm went off. They smelled like burning plastic, and they did get it under control. They went back to regular duties, but it's highly alarming. The ISS, built in 1998, was supposed to have a 15-year lifespan, and they just keep pushing it and pushing it. And they're saying now in the Russian segment, 80% of the in-flight systems are past their expiration date, cracks, air discharges. And a couple weeks ago, I don't know if you caught this story, they were like, there's an engine firing. We don't know why. We don't know how it's pushing. Just one of their engines started firing, and they had to rush to turn it off.
Yeah, and did you see that story? I know the one you're talking about, Ross, because I have some alerts for these now. And yeah, that thing started just firing on its own, and then it started moving the actual station, right?
That's what they do. Yeah, that's what they're for.
So
it's
it was like, if that thing had continued, I don't know. I would imagine.
Did they try unplugging it and then plugging it back in?
The Russians have basically announced they're over it. They're going to build their own space station. No final plans on that. Currently, right now, 7 astronauts on board the ISS.
Oh my God!
You got to build a new one. You would start over. Knock that one down.
You would think that you would be able to, get enough money, because I feel like there's billions of dollars are thrown around everywhere. Like, this costs $1 billion. They're like, all right, like it's become where you think they could allocate a couple $1 billion to build an awesome space station that just flies around up there.
You would think.
The last time I was out at NASA for one of those free tours they do, that they did anyway, the main vibe was like going to the moon, and they were announcing at that time that they were going to first of all get landed on the moon by 2024, and the next big thing they were going to build was like a station in orbit around the moon, or stationary around the moon, or however they do that.
Moon station, dude, moon station where it's at.
Above moon in the vacuum station that they could do like to and from operations to the moon with.
That whole series on Apple TV about going to the moon and like alternative.
Is that good?
Reality.
Should I watch that?
It's good.
And for all mankind.
For all mankind, it's good. There's some heavy parts, but it's basically an alternate timeline, as if like the United States and Russia had like a space race to build a base on the
moon
moon,
base,
and
yeah.
now they both have a moon base, and then now like the politics behind that. But it's weird to me that we've never done that, and like someone like, and maybe this is what Bezos and all these rich tech billionaires eventually plan to do, because it seems like just having a moon base and be able to look at it online or see what people are doing would be enough entertainment to sell enough advertising. Because how many views would that get a day? You're bringing an
Can
insane
you
amount
imagine
of. You can
if
market
Jimmy
that.
Fallon did a show for 1 week from the moon base?
Like it. I'm just saying, like
God, the stars he'd be able to pull. My God, Anna Kendrick.
it feels like it would get a lot of attention, but apparently, like based on the TV show, which I imagine they got a lot of actual like information from NASA about how what would be the reality of that. Like every time the sun, you're on the sunny side of the moon or whatever, there's like a lot of extreme heat and then radiation, and like there's solar flares that because there's no atmosphere, that extreme radiation
I would
happens.
watch all of this. Is that what you're saying? Like if they,
like
they had this like
dangers.
documented on a site that I could just log in. That's what's happening at the moon base today.
Yeah. It just seems
Sunny
like,
Side of the Moon is my favorite Kermit the Frog song.
So, what happens if it blows up or something
Why
catastrophic?
are there so many black holes?
Like, is someone responsible for that? Or, like, would it be the United States and NASA? Like, what?
I think
I'm sorry. What is the question? If the moon blew up, who would be
The International Space Station.
No,
Is it Russia's fault?
I think
Oh
that's
my
where it gets
God.
sticky, is because you have to work out all the politics first before you jointly
Yeah.
build one. You
Like,
know?
Russia's not keeping up their shitty side, and
Yeah.
it fucked up the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
so it looks like we'll probably have to do our own, and they'll do their own, and then hey, you'll get your show.
then we'll
And then we'll get the moon base fight.
And then that thing will fall out of the sky, and we'll have another one of those nights where we're like, is it going to hit land or water?
Oh, man.
Let's keep our eye on the fucking radar.
I remember having a night like that where there's like somebody told me, and don't do this if you know me, like right before I go to bed, you'll say, oh, by the way, tonight's the night when the meteor hits somewhere and kill everyone. And, people do that, and then I'll like lay in bed and I'll be like, the chances of it hitting me are zero, of course. But then
Yeah.
right before I go to bed, right as my eyes are closing, it's like, it's me. And it's terrifying. Then it's nightmares all night.
Dan, Night of the Comet, great movie or greatest movie of the 80s?
Which one?
Night of the Comet?
Night of the Comet. It's up there.
I don't even remember that movie.
I don't
It
know.
had a
doing yes,
prominently
okay.
featured a radio station. It was a zombie movie that prominently featured radio.
I've never seen that. I'm going to have to look that up.
Oh, shit. Definitely check it out. It was on Netflix last time I checked.
All right.
Okay, we'll get back to space if the next story allows us. The robots are encroaching.
Oh, no.
Major design upgrade in robot technology, you guys. The Roombas can now detect shit. The next
Oh,
generation,
thank God.
the next generation of Roomba rolling out. They're promising if this thing rolls over a shit pile and tracks it over your whole house like Roombas are known to do, they'll replace it, no questions asked, because they have bred that out of the Roombas.
I mean, it was only a matter of time before they put some sort of sensing sensor, right?
No, according to the BBC, it says the algorithms controlling the robot have been trained on, quote, hundreds of thousands of images of real, fake, and simulated dog and cat waste, end quote.
So some guy at Roomba had to load in
man.
1 million
Cat turds.
Check out that weird
1
job
million
Wednesday.
JPEGs of
Or,
dog and cat.
you know how they do that now, Dan, is like people went to Ticketmaster.com and were trying to buy tickets to see The Weeknd coming up in March here in Orlando. And the CAPTCHA to like prove you're not a robot was probably like, which of these 9 images has cat or dog shit?
Okay, so we had a Roomba which never got used ever, right?
God,
And
Andrea loves hers.
is it
What?
still?
It runs every night. It's called Robbie Robot. She loves it so much, she empties it every morning and then takes it apart, pulls the dog hair, pulls her hair out of all the bristles, everything, puts it back in, loads him up for the next day.
No,
Yeah,
we just threw away ours like last week because it had ran over too many shits.
Oh.
We just never used ours. We ended up just giving it away. And
Well, you just set a schedule. You don't do it. It does its thing.
Yeah, but you have to clean. You have to do what Andrea says.
You gotta dump it. Yeah, you gotta dump it out.
Like clean the dog hair and stuff, and do all that.
So what do you do now to clean your
Walk
home?
on all this shit on the floor.
Her Majesty.
Okay.
I
It's called
throw
cleaning
money
lady.
at her. Yeah. It just
They got Roombas, but they're women and men.
it's like the people that use, like, I feel like they're like Andrea, where they're super efficient and organized, and they have it on a schedule, and they clean up the floor before it goes out, so it just doesn't bounce between two shoes. Like all the things you need to do.
She has an app, and then she makes us put all the furniture up before we go to bed.
Oh yeah. That's that. It's not for us trash people. Like we cannot.
Well, you can put a cat on it. Wearing a shark hat. That's pretty awesome.
Next story, Ross.
Okay, we do this every year. I don't know if you guys are into it or not. If we want to abort, there's a bunch of them. Let me know. It is time, as it always is once a year, for the Ig Nobel Prizes. The Nobel Prizes for dumb research.
Oh yeah, I remember these. I love these.
Every year. Okay. For biology, it was Suzanne Schatz. Oh my God. Analyzed variations in purring, chirping, chattering, trilling, tweedling, murmuring, meowing, moaning, squeaking, hissing, yowling, howling, growling, and other modes of cat-human communication.
We got a chirper in the
Yeah,
building.
he said chirper, and you said chirping. That ties perfectly in. I'm gonna have to read that study.
All right, Ecology Prize. Leela Satari analyzed the bacteria that resides in wads of discarded chewing gum in pavements in various countries.
I always think of Philadelphia when I think of chewing gum because they have that
Gum wall.
the gum wall. Yeah,
It's so fucking gross.
It is so gross.
Okay, it
Philadelphia's gross.
sounds super stupid, but I'm trying to figure out, like, would there be a smart reason to do this? Is like they are like it's the only way to analyze people's like different mouth bacteria in different countries. Although you could just swab people's mouths, why go through the chewing gum?
To see if the chewing gum maybe changes the way that their saliva enzymes interact. Yeah, see, I'm trying to make something up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seems like no point. Anyway.
Email Leela Satari. I only have the smarmy little wrap up. And again, there's a lot of these. If you get tired of them, let me know. I'm saving the best one for last. Okay. So economics. Pavlo Blavatsky, he discovered that the obesity of a country's politicians may be a good indicator of the country's corruption. So for you, Tom, the fatter the politicians, the more they're stealing.
I like that.
I mean, that's kind of always
logical.
been that way, right?
But you see Venezuelan politicians, they're all fat.
You know who, you know who taught me that? The metal band or hair metal band Warrant, with their cover of the big fat businessman with the money everywhere. It was like dirty, stinking, filthy, eat the rich, or what? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like when you saw it, I was like, look at that. And then that's how I learned that all politicians that are fat are fat white guys that steal money.
Was like that big fat villain from Spider-Verse? What is it?
Oh, Kingpin.
Kingpin. Yeah. Like that's what it's all off of. Like I'm thinking of Boris Nelson. Was that a politician?
Yeah.
Or what? Yeah. Gorbachev.
Gorbachev.
he was corrupt, right?
I think it's
But
Yeltsin. Boris
Putin, Finn
Yeltsin.
is a fucking rail, dude. Couldn't be more crooked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He probably purges, though. I bet he's got an eating disorder.
Tapeworm. Something.
Okay. Physics prize went to scientists that conducted experiments to learn why pedestrians do not constantly collide with other pedestrians. The kinetics prize went to scientists for conducting experiments to learn why pedestrians do sometimes collide with other pedestrians.
I like that one.
Transportation prize went to scientists for an experiment to determine whether it is safe to transport an airborne rhinoceros upside down.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the Russians, because they like to put animals in the air, right?
Yeah.
This one I read about. This was in Africa, and apparently this is how they do transport the rhinos. Like, if they lay them on their sides or their back, they have trouble, and especially like in a truck or something. So what they do is they truss their fucking feet up together. They hoist them upside down by a helicopter, and they take them like whatever preserve or wherever they're going. That's how they take them. So they did a study to see if this was fucking them up, basically, and it turns out They're fine.
There you go. That's good to know. That's a nice thing to do for now. You know how to transport this rhino.
Money well spent.
Yeah, but the first time they did it, they realized that they're fine when they got up and ran away or whatever. Like, oh yeah, this works.
No, look at him go. He's
They
mad.
didn't know.
He's getting me good.
My personal favorite, wrapping us up, the Ig Nobel Prize in Medicine went to OK Sem Bullitt and colleagues for demonstrating that sexual orgasms can be as effective as decongestant medicines at improving nasal breathing. For you, Tom, coming is just as good as NyQuil.
Oh my God!
It makes sense why your allergies have been so bad.
Yeah, dude, you need to blow it out your penis.
Get the boogers out.
That'll give you a spoon. One of the two.
Go blow your nose, dude.
I'm gonna get them boogers out.
Yeah.
Tony rages. Caught it on your heart.
Yeah.
You're taking a lot of beating today, dude. It's not fair.
Yeah, so when I tell you I have to excuse myself to blow my nose,
Oh no.
you know.
Downstairs nose.
That's terrible. If you said that here, are you saying
It
that
makes the same sound.
as we all? Why do really old men decide to make their nose blowing loud? Why do they do that? Because I've
Power
never,
move.
I've never
Yeah.
seen I've never seen a young man have a loud nose blow.
I think old men, like at a certain point, like give up on. First of all, they're probably like I know I'm going deaf, so they're probably like I'm extrapolating. They're deaf and blind, and so noise and it doesn't register on them, so they don't know. Like I'm back. We're back at the downtown Y, and man, you think nose blowing is bad? Like walk through that locker room at a certain time of day, and you'll just see an 80-year-old dude with a leg up on a stool, powdering his ass and blowing his nose at the same time.
Yeah.
And doesn't give a fuck. Just genuinely doesn't give a fuck. He could be doing it in the lobby, but this is where the towels are.
I'm jealous of old men that stand and they hoist a leg up and they have their socks on or shoes. They hoist a leg up and then they use not a full size, but one of those mini. My dad had one, a mini hairdryer to blow their pubes dry, and then that's to keep the moisture. And then they powder themselves up. But I'm a little jealous because it does seem like it would feel good in my pants to have everything powdered around and like dry.
Well, you could do that at home. Like you don't have to do
No,
it in public.
I want people to see me.
Yeah, well, what is it?
I'm a voyeur.
Are you? You're shoving it in our face at this point, right? Like,
no, I don't think they think of it like that. I think that really, really old men, when they do this, think of it in terms of this is what guys do. Like, we did bare knuckle boxing. This is the way we did it in my day when I played football and baseball.
I think once you get to a certain age, you don't care, right?
There is a guy who does that thing where you grab both ends of the towel and you just hold it against your ass and like wipe it back.
I do that. Yeah, I do that.
It doesn't do anything. It just makes your balls clack together between your knees. That's it.
But my pop-pop wasn't like that. Like, he didn't want me to look at his dick and was mad.
Well, that's a good thing.
When did that come about?
Just for the record, I don't want you to ever look at my dick. Well, it's okay, Grandpa.
No.
All right, stop looking at it.
No, like I'd have to take, at the last year or two, I'd take him to the hospital a couple times.
Whatever you do, don't look at my dick.
And then there's some times where the nurse was like, she would say like, oh, do you want your grandson to help you?
You want to look at your grandson to look at your dick? Why would you say that?
Well, because she was thinking that like some older men are like, they don't want the nurse. They feel like it's. I think they're like, they feel embarrassed.
They're trying to help the old man by trying to cater to his generation. They did it with my dad too. Like
so which one is it? Is it hey, look at my dick, blow dry my pubes, or don't look at my dick? Like it seemed, because if all old men didn't care,
person to person. It's like the guy that jacks off in the plant. Not everybody wants to do that either.
Well, then I'm saying the old men.
Yeah, they're like, look at it. Yeah.
They're blow drying their pubes are weird. Then
based on that, then if you're wearing jogging shorts and you're running around Winter Park, and you just happen to love rainbows and you're a really famous comedian and your big mega hog keeps popping out and flopping around everywhere, you're doing that on purpose.
Well, yeah, you posted that on Instagram. Yeah. For sure he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah, I'm just saying there is a purpose, and they are targeting.
It's an attack.
This old man knows
It's
Ross.
a calculated attack.
Yeah.
He knows Ross is coming around the corner.
It's like, well, they're gonna look
And
at me.
he probably is like, oh, that guy with all the beautiful hair's coming. Well, I'll knock him down a peg. Look at my beautiful hair.
Oh my god.
Because there's a way to like at least be a little bit discreet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Not blow drying your pubes?
No.
No,
What if you wrap
No.
the towel around you and then
Yeah,
It gets too hot in there. What is
No,
this,
no,
a
you
greenhouse? You
can.
got to leave it open.
you can do it. You can do it, old man. The same thing about a lot of old people that talk about like they grew up in a different generation. So
Do
they
old
say-
women blow dry their pubes and the ladies?
I've never seen it.
I don't think so. Although they may be more
Do
flippant
they
about.
floof it?
I don't know. I've never been.
Haven't seen a lot of pubes in the gym.
Yeah. A lot of old ladies don't go to the gym. That's a
Or if
more
they
of an
do,
old
I don't
man
think
thing.
they shower there.
Yeah.
Well, they
yeah.
just like go,
They go
and
home
they do the
and-
circuit, and then they go get in their Miata. And
Yeah.
Like, where do you gotta go, old man? Like, you're just going home. You can shower at home. It's not like you have to get clean to get in your car to go
well,
home.
who's gonna watch my pubes?
And
No
also,
one's at home.
how much did you work out? You're not Christian McCaffrey. Like, is that, like you did a couple
if you
laps
found
in the
out-
fucking pool?
Most of the old guys at my gym just sit in the jacuzzi for like 20 minutes.
What if,
You don't need to blow dry your pubes.
what if you found out that Christian McCaffrey or Najee Harris blow dry their pubes?
Well, that's different. It's like you're sweaty as shit. You're an extreme athlete. But if you're an old man that did sat in the sauna, then you can go home to blow dry your pubes. Anyway.
The guy I wanted to yell at the most, maybe ever, was the guy. This is in a gym with towel service, like shelves of beautiful bleach clean towels within arm's reach, drying himself under like his full ass body under the hand dryers.
Yeah, no, well, now you're just mentally ill.
I've seen an old man drying his dong in the
You've lost your fucking mind, old man. Get the hell out of here. Someone should yell at them. I'm gonna fucking yell. I don't go. I wish I would. I wish I had the balls.
My favorite
Like,
thing.
get the fuck out of here, old man.
Ross.
Quit doing that shit.
You nailed it, because my favorite thing would be a Planet Fitness with an old man drying his pubes in the hand dryer. Tom walks in and knowing that you were powerless and you're so mad, you're like, I can't do shit about it. And I want you to. Would you explode? You might explode.
No. I'll just act like it didn't
But
see
it
it.
would hurt. But it would hurt, right? It would hurt your chest.
Yeah, well, you know.
Or would you do that thing where you'd be like, "Hey." Did you walk
No
away?
reason for it, though. Anyway.
Ross,
Yeah.
great job on news today, buddy.
Oh, thanks a lot, guys.
Ross, anything to plug? Any shows coming up?
Check out Talks with Ross. You can always see me at the Bull and Bush Wednesday nights for open mic. If you want to see me suffering, Saturday night, first and third Saturdays of the month for Showcase at the Bull and Bush. If you want to see some good, tight comedy that's been practiced and honed. And tomorrow, you might remember, Tom, it's 9/11, and I'm doing a show with David Jolly. I actually haven't looked to see where it is. I do know you have to buy tickets through Jolly or something. So
It's got a
you're gonna
dress
see me
code.
and Jolly.
Yeah, don't
And,
dress like a
Handshake-
shitbag either. It's got a dress code.
Where's it at?
I swear to God, it's got a dress code. I saw the flyer. It's like, don't dress
It's
like a
some
dick.
Club, the Jolly's got like a deal with, and he picked out a bunch of good I know Kevin Dean, who's one of my favorite new guys, is coming out, and he picked out a bunch of other good comics. It's going to be us. It is a ticketed event, so again, if you want to see us tomorrow night at
It looks
wherever
good.
this club is.
It's the place that he was talking to us about last time. It's called the Lab Orlando.
The Lab.
It's over on
Oh, yeah,
West
yeah.
Church Street.
Yeah, I'll put it up in my stories too if people want to check it out. But yeah, it looks really fun. Good luck with
I
that,
knew-
man.
I knew it was definitely within like 2 miles of my house, or I would never have agreed to it.
All right, Ross. We'll talk to you,
See you,
2
man.
weeks.
Bye, guys.
All right, be
See ya.
good.
Hey.
That is Ross live from. Oh, I caught him midway. That is live from the news center. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Oh God, I can't stop cry laughing.
Let me plug
Shit,
Gringos
that's funny.
Locos, multiple locations. They do catering, but downtown, Milk District, one on Michigan Avenue, one by UCF. Also, if you Uber Eats or any delivery service, they got their catering location on Lee Road. They send out Uber Eats orders and stuff. But
It's fantastic. You will enjoy it.
yeah, gringoslocos.com.
This is Dan Andronio and the Bygones. The name of the song is Sea Level. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Dump them out on deck. Maybe some phone calls. I don't know. We'll be right back.
From where I appeared so wildly beautiful. All through the ocean. Dropping in.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. Thank you for coming in today, Tony Rich.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure seeing you, buddy. It's cool to see humans again. We got to see Crespo this week. That's super fun.
Yep. Tony, if people want to hire you for photography, where do they go?
You can go to monjetphoto.com or Instagram at monjetphoto. That's MONGIAT.
He'll take your photography to the stars. It's Moonjet.
It's a good gift to, if you don't know what to get your wife or girlfriend or mom, get her some
Or
professional.
best friend. I'm doing a best friend photo shoot
Oh,
in a couple
yeah.
weeks with Jessica.
Yes. And listen.
Wait a minute. Is that a...
It's gross. She's
Uh,
like my sister.
No! Stepsister? I've seen them. Moms. I've seen moms teach sex. Hey, I got a question. At the end of a lot of porno videos, they now
The
play...
cum shot.
What?
The cum shot?
No, come on.
Jesus Christ. No, at the end of some videos, they'll get to the end, and there is that. There is the ending, but then it'll immediately go to a screen that starts playing loud-ass Pac-Man sound. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
What?
It's like, and I'm like, ah! And I'm trying to turn it down.
I never had the volume on. It's always silent.
At the end, it'll be the ending, and then the girl's like, oh, and then like as it's the finishing, and you might be finishing, it jumps to like a black screen that says like hammer this like button. It's like he got me.
The advertisement? Yeah.
And I'm like, why are they doing that? It just makes me not. It just makes me mad at you.
Maybe they do
It
it.
doesn't make me support you.
Right at the end, they're like he can't stop it or fast forward. His hands are full and they're messy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do it at the end instead of the beginning, because then you just scroll past.
If you did it at the beginning though, I would sit through it because I'm not doing anything then.
No, I always skip ad.
We have to wait 5 seconds.
Yeah, you got to wait 5 seconds to skip the ad, but sometimes I'll wait through and just see what they say. I don't want to be rude.
It's all cartoons, and they're all like, "I bet you can't do this." Or, you know.
An impossible task?
That's where I got my impossible task. Is that what you did?
Figured it out.
You brought him in a room and made this is your impossible task.
All right, let's do some dump 'em
Oh
out.
shit! Dump 'em out time. Let's go. Hey, you. Yeah, you. You've seen that girl. Yeah.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby. Let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. I want to also see your bottoms.
Dump 'em out brought to you by the DeWitt Law Firm, Injured on the Go, justcallmo.com.
Wow, yours is good. Do you know he uses that on the radio station now?
That the
Yeah, I'm in the car.
Really?
I'm in the car.
I thought he hated it. I've been waiting for the email.
I thought he did too. And now
this did not work out.
And now at the end of one of his commercials, he's like, "Hey, it's Mo DeWitt here. Come see me at justcall.com." And I'm like, "What?" It scared the shit out of me.
Oh, I should have told him that don't do that.
Oh yeah, right. Now you gotta write it. Hey, what the fuck are you doing, man?
No, I was just saying, like, you know, that a little unprofessional. Right?
I mean, would we do anything unprofessional in business?
No.
Justcallmo.com.
Somebody had a little tickle in their throat, I heard.
That was me.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
It was
went
trying
in.
to come out.
Yeah, it was trying to come out. I was like, "You get back in there." Come on, hey, let it out.
All right, first topic.
Florida Georgia line?
Okay.
The band?
Florida Georgia Line,
Okay.
the band. I may or may not.
By the way, it's the worst line.
Hold on. I bought the URL for an all Georgia and all Florida dating site where you can cheat on your wife called Florida Georgia Lion.
Really?
Florida Georgia Lion.
Lion.
No G?
Okay.
I also, the spokesperson for this is a Florida Georgia reggae artist named Florida Georgia Lion.
And what is this?
No,
name?
just a high thing I wrote down.
No,
I just wanted to write it down. I was so high, I took a pill, and I thought it was a 10, and it was a 50.
Oh, God.
And then I got the Florida Georgia Lion. There's the math. Do the math.
No math needs to be done.
No, I know.
This next one.
No, yeah. You mentioned earlier this week that you put up your Christmas tree already, Dan.
Saturday I put up my
It
Christmas
is
tree.
September 10th, as of today.
Yeah, I put up me and the wife and the kiddo, we put the Christmas tree up on Saturday. Not a good month, September, for old Danny, because a year ago I lost my mom. I won't drag you back through that garbage.
Yeah.
But it's not a fun month for any of us. There's some stuff involving even Andrea's brother, bad memories and shit. So we were just like, I think last year we even joked about it. We're like, you know what, this month sucks. Let's put up the Christmas tree next year. We're going to do it. And then Maisie sort of reminded us that we said that. And I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. And we did it. And it's awesome. So there. It's the best thing we've done in September. The whole house.
Well, now we can't shit on it because you brought up all this
No,
bad stuff.
I had 10 things. I have a top
10
5.
things I hate about your Christmas tree.
Don't do it. You can still do it. It doesn't matter. But it's like, I actually am really enjoying it. I really love it. Now, I will say that everybody thinks I'm crazy. The guys that brought my new bed in, they thought my wife was crazy. But thankfully, she's the only one that's at home when things are happening. I'm usually over here. So,
Are you going to decorate at all for Halloween, or you're skipping Halloween?
We already did. We put skulls in the tree.
Okay, so you've decorated the tree as
and then Maisie took this one big.
man.
We used to have this big vase, and then we filled it with pine cones, and then she stuck like an articulated spirit Halloween skull in it, and then put leaves all over it. It looks awesome.
You know the ladies that have their whole house decorated like Christmas 365 days a year?
Yes.
I'm becoming one of them.
Look, this is how it
It's like
started,
a
right?
Christmas
And then I'm going to
story,
start wearing all sweaters from Quacker Factory on QVC, and then
And then they do
and then I join a walking club, and I'm always got wrist weights on.
they do the local news hit or in front of the house, or like Martha has been decorating her house like Christmas for 40 years now.
Yeah.
And then eventually,
Yeah.
hopefully, I'll get a neck shake where I'm like,
The kids just love it. They love me doing it.
And they interview you in your front of your yard, and there's always a plane going over loud as fuck.
yeah,
And the lady's like, it just gives these kids so much enjoyment, and they love it so much, and it just puts a smile on their face, and I just like doing that.
And meanwhile, the neighbors are pissed. They're mad as fuck.
because it's trashy.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Because you live next to the crazy lady that decorates her whole house like Christmas.
It's a little crazy. I wish we should probably call my wife to talk to her. Like, you got her number, Sam?
It's like, I mean,
Here,
I don't know.
I gotta tell her to call. I'll text her. and see
It's
if
like, I can't decide if it's like trashy or like hipster. You know what I mean? To put up your shit like months before.
Well, here's the okay.
Okay, I think it goes in different categories. It can be both hipster, and then it can also be old lady crafter.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I feel like it falls more in the category old lady crafter. By the way, my daughter is a crafter.
Well,
All
there
she
you go.
watches is Craftopia, Making It, all these dumb craft shows. We're always at Joanne. We're always glitter, glue, hot glue gun. She has her own hot glue gun now. It's bananas. But because she likes crafty, it kind of fit the whole narrative of holidays and stuff. I don't know. You can shit all over it because it's totally shittable. I get it. Completely get it.
Is there a chance that you could ruin the magic of the Christmas tree because it's up for too long?
What if it goes up September and it goes down January 4th?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
it's just September, October, November, December. What if it's just a 4-month tree?
That's a full season.
Yeah.
4-month tree period.
Yeah, that's
Your wife's online too.
Okay.
There's a corporate tax cycle. It's too long.
No, it's called a quarter, right?
Yeah, it's a full quarter.
It's
a
a
year.
third quarter tree.
Yeah.
My
Hey,
God.
babe, can you hear us? Oh.
Yuck on my yum.
Oh.
yuck on your
What did you
yum.
say? I want you to fuck me so hard.
Oh my God.
Are you cheating on me?
The carpet man there. He's there right here.
Oh my God, carpet man, I love it when you pump me. So I'm telling.
Don't yuck on my yum because, yes, September is a bad month, and we just want to celebrate all the holidays. I did tell them they could put the Christmas tree. We got a second Christmas tree goes on the balcony because I don't know.
What's wrong with your cell phone? You sound like an improv comedian. What's wrong with you? We can't hear you.
I'm in your old studio.
You got to go outside like Tom does, or go outside like Travis does and smoke weed.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Okay,
Yes.
you're good.
So
yeah. We didn't put the tree on the balcony, but we put it up in the house. But I have ghosts and pumpkins also out, and I have Thanksgiving stuff out.
You have your ghost and your pumpkins. Are you kidding? That's what I call her. It's the ghost. The downstairs is the ghost because it makes my penis.
Hold on. Not only is it too early to put out Christmas decorations, too early to put a Halloween decoration.
No way. No way is it. No.
We already have our whole front of our house. Maisie our whole front of our house already has these bloody baby dolls hanging from nooses.
God damn.
That Maisie hung. Or the bloody baby dolls are out, right?
Pro-choice.
Yes. She loves them.
She loves these baby dolls. They're like vampire bloody baby dolls. They're like hanging from nooses. She loves them.
So Sam, look up, just Google when is it acceptable to start decorating your house for
Well,
holidays.
that's subjective.
You are yucking on my
He hates
yum.
fun.
I will yuck on everybody's yuck.
I did a poll on Instagram asking if it was too early to put out decorations, and 92% of people said that it is not.
92% approval rate with President Andrea.
Yeah.
Well,
according to Google.
Well, go on my Parlor account and do the same poll. I guarantee you it'll be 92% the other way.
It says the most popular time.
Your demo is skewed.
That's true.
You're putting it out to a bunch of
That's your
friends.
bubble,
Confirmation bias.
The most popular time to start decorating for Halloween is within the first 2 weeks of October.
Oh, man.
But okay, wait, no, but if you only have like 3 weeks to enjoy it, I am going to enjoy my decorations. My daughter loves enjoying the decorations. She gets a smile on her face when she sees it. She loves the Christmas tree. And I know Tom does everything for those boys. You don't want to tell me that those boys wouldn't love seeing the big spider.
If they asked for you to put it up today, you know you would climb a tree and do anything they asked.
It's too early. Like it goes
No
up,
way.
It goes up after Thanksgiving is appropriate. And the Van family, we do it December 1st.
You do not put your foot down when it comes to those you love the most.
No,
those are your little friends.
I don't give my kids. I want candy for dinner. Like
I don't give my kid candy for dinner.
I do give Maisie candy for dinner.
And then you flush the wrappers down the toilet.
Andrea, I gave her 3 Reese's cups for dinner last night.
Well, for dessert
But then she ate a pound of lima beans.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she did.
So.
She's an old, stinky farmer.
Andre the Giant?
I love lima beans.
She ate 64 hard-boiled eggs in one sitting. Jesus Christ.
No, but the funny part is then she got out her yoga mat and got some weights and started weightlifting because
What's her checklist?
She was showing off her muscles. She goes, Daddy, look.
Yeah,
because I lifted weights. Look at my
hold on.
muscles."
She's doing
The
weights.
Dennis family is crazier than the Van family. Let's just put that on record right now. You guys
I don't know, man. It's neck and neck.
What? Neck and neck? They got the Christmas tree up. She's eating
A pound of lima beans.
100 beans.
Andrea, what was her?
She's doing the thigh master.
What was the checklist she wrote? She wrote a
She made her own. She made her own checklist, and she said there's 4 points to being healthy. And then she was walking Daniel through how to be healthy. And the first point was that she has to.
It's upstairs.
Lift weights.
Yeah,
The second point. Well, I have to be outside. The second point is to eat all of her dinner, which she did. The third point is to get a good night's sleep.
Yes.
And her fourth point was to do
Stretch
stretches
every
in the
morning.
And she did
Oh,
all
damn,
of
she's
them.
good as hell.
She put the
Can
list,
she be my
and then,
fitness instructor?
And then this morning she got up and she had her weights and everything, and she's doing the shit. And then she stretches. She's checking off her list of weights. This fucking nerd, just like her mom.
Is
Just
your
like
daughter
her
Jillian
mom.
Michaels?
Maisie gets up and does her morning stretches?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You can't even get your kids out of bed.
No. First they're
And
sleeping.
they eat 10 pancakes, I think, for breakfast.
My sons wake up in a different bed every single night of day.
Oh, that's a way to live.
So they're like sideways.
Yeah, that's how old what's his name does it. You wake up in a different bed every night. That's fun, man.
Tommy won't even find his glasses in the morning. He'll just stare at the TV cross-eyed. I'm like, you can't even see. I'm screaming, you can't even see. He's like, I can see. I'm like,
just like his dad.
How many
He's
fingers
just
am I
like
holding
his
up?
dad.
And then I start showing it to him like he's
That's what you do
Ezekiel
to
Elliott.
us.
And he's got a concussion.
If she would, if I would let her, Maisie would get up, she would get dressed, she would get her own bowl of cereal or her egg, and then she would pack her backpack and she would walk to school by herself.
Oh my God!
If I would let her.
She's ready to move out.
She will get up and get her own
She is.
breakfast.
She's asked-
She'll get up and get her own cereal and shit. It's weird.
Yeah, she asked me last year as a kindergartner, can I walk to school by myself?
Yeah, she
I'm
don't.
like, I don't
She
know.
don't give a fuck about me. She just wants to get the fuck out of the house. I love her so much.
She's training to be a Peloton instructor
Everybody
already.
I know is dead except for the one person I love the most, and it hates it. It hates me so much.
I'm not sure. I cook my sons 2 different breakfasts. a fried egg sandwich, and then Max doesn't like fried egg. I cook him fried egg, but I cut it up into tiny bites so that he can eat, and then pancakes.
Now I'm with Daniel now. Here on Sunday, there's gonna be a Christmas tree up in the front yard.
Then they in a trance watching YouTube or some cartoons or whatever, and then I'm not joking, maybe 15 seconds I have to scream eat.
You gotta remind them to eat.
And then they're like, oh, and they snap out.
Wait, we do that to you here.
They're mean, and it's driving me crazy.
We're like, eat your lunch.
Do they make it to school on time? Like,
Dude,
how long does it process?
You made a perfect replica of yourself who's organized and does their morning stretches. I
Holy
made a
shit.
goddamn mess.
Twice.
They can't eat unless I scream eat at them, and they snap out of it, and then they eat one bite, and they go immediately back.
Samantha Hart, I'm freaking the fuck out right now because I've never really, and it's very simple. This is very easy to analyze. It is an exact fucking DNA copy of you. That is exactly what Samantha does. She will say, hey, don't forget to eat. In fact, she might have said it today.
I think you forgot to eat today.
And then she'll be
like, I snap out of it.
and then you snap out of it.
Wachovia account.
Yeah, you're looking at SunTrust and you're like, where am I?
Yeah, then I have to eat. It's a goddamn cycle. Oh, fuck. That's how you make replicas of yourself, and then you get mad. You're like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You're squinting at shit. We're like, put your glasses on. You're like, I can see. I can see.
You'll say, I don't need them.
You're like a damn Tamagotchi.
Do you think if you decorated or put your Christmas tree up now, it might change your outlook, it might change your kids' outlook, and they maybe would get ready in the morning? I don't know.
No.
Just try to do something different. Try to do something that you wouldn't do. Be spontaneous.
Yeah, get out of your comfort zone.
Has anything changed my outlook? That's the worst. That's the curse. Because I look at them like,
Yeah, the worst and the curse.
I'm like, change, please. You're doing it wrong. And then I'm like, oh, God, you can't. It's just me. I'm like, I never change.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing. It's all, we're cursed. And then I'm like, let's just live together. I get the trampoline.
Andrea, is it not true that I beg Maisie to sleep with, like snuggle with me, just watch TV with me? Watch some cartoons with Daddy. Daddy loves cartoons. I don't like cartoons. Let's watch live action. Let's watch First 48.
Oh, my God.
That's Andrea. But
she did Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo last night to see who she was going to, like, snuggle up to for maybe 2 minutes. And between the two of us.
God damn, she's got to divide up her cuddles between you two.
She don't want to cuddle with us. She goes.
not
She
a
works
cuddler.
third shift after we tuck her in. She crawls out the fucking window and goes down to the Ford factory to make those Broncos that aren't even on the line yet. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
All right, get out of here.
Oh, we should have kept her on because the next topic is Andrea punched Dan in the dick.
This is quick. This is just funny though, about like funny things that happen that are like almost Rube Goldberg like cartoon type shit. You know, there's elastic trash can liners that you can get where the top is a little stretchy, and you know the proper way. And I'm not sure who told me this. I might have heard this on the Jim Colbert show from Deborah Roberts. Those liners, if you put them instead of, you're not supposed to put them in and then put them over.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I know exactly what
I
you're talking
learned
about.
this from
and
Jim.
Jack did it on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Jim Colbert show. You put the liner on it, and then
They're
it just,
inside out.
Yeah, it's inside out, and then it just falls in.
Yep.
And then that way you don't have to like.
Yeah, I've known this because there's like what's it called, enzyme, like whatever.
Yeah, the
enzyme.
Yeah.
Enzyme.
You don't know English.
Motherfucker! I knew you do it.
Also, Tom forgot the word English.
Speak this thing.
God damn it! I had never forget it written down.
It's Tom Fish, world's worst racist. Hey, speak the thing, man. You and your type do. You know you. Brown. Tom Van worst racist. So she's putting that thing on, and I'm standing there, and she stretched it out, and it like whipped her hand, and then the back of her hand, full strength, pops me in the dickhead.
Cup check.
I have not been hit like that in, I don't know, maybe 30 years. It was like straight up like schoolyard. I fell to my. It hasn't happened in 30 years at least.
He gave you a Will Ferrell from Kenny Powers.
I started crying. I started like I had that feeling, and men listening to this know, women might, I don't know, but it's like a balloon of pain that starts in the center of your behind your penis, somewhere in that whatever's in there, and it goes up into like where nausea happens. And then it just sits there and it just aches, and then you kind of like you can't function at all.
Yeah.
You're out, and I'm just and Andrea's laughing, and Maisie's just laughing, but I just wrote it down because I was like, yep, I'm getting bullied again. They're both laughing at me. I'm laying on the ground.
That's that kind of pain that if it had a scent, it would be like vinegary, like vinegar, and if it had a color, it'd be like green.
And why does it last so long?
I don't know.
And why is the lingering effect a weird nausea? Why do you get nauseous?
Mm-hmm. Also, it seems like we should have evolved to have some sort of protection more than weak ass pubes.
Yo, that's how weak ass pubes.
Well, I'm just saying, like turtles have shells. Other animals, like a rhinoceros, has the fucking thing,
the horn.
Or like big shield. Or is that a dinosaur?
So you get nauseous due to the vagal reflex.
Sam, you have to pause for a second. I apologize. I thought a stegosaurus was a rhinoceros. You're off today. You got a morning blowjob or something.
No,
what's wrong?
Mentally ill.
It says you get nauseous due to the vagal reflex, in which a nerve signal from your testicle travels up to your spinal cord and brainstem and activates the nausea and vomiting centers in the brain.
I hate that feeling. It is the absolute worst feeling. I haven't been hit like that in so long. And I laughed about it because that's all you could do. But that pain is just, is there an equivalent for ladies? Because I have heard that getting kicked in the vagina is bad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that it's going to be the same as
And
getting
we're
hit
pretty
in the nuts,
similar,
but
I think, right? I mean, and Tom's right. If your nuts have the ability to go inside,
if you're on your period and you get hit in the titties, that hurts real bad.
Really?
Yeah, they're real sensitive.
What if I want my balls in my body, and I want to only pull them out when I need them?
Well, you could.
Do they do cosmetic surgery where you can just cut your balls off if you don't want to have kids anymore? Just like aesthetically?
They cut the tube. I don't think they take the balls. That's a whole different. You have to go to a different country for that.
I think you could get the. I think you can
make it just shaft.
If you have a problem, I think you have your balls removed, and then you get to choose whether or not you want to get like a saline ball or whether.
What if you don't want any? You just want.
I don't want any. I would just
shaft, no sack.
That's fine.
No, I want to rock an empty pouch.
I don't think
you know
just
what?
a flap of
skin? You know what?
Empty coin purse?
No, you know what? I changed my mind. Fill it up 3/4. Give me 3/4 air in there, like a, you know what I mean?
Like a pillow.
Like fill it up like a dodgeball, like a soft, like a red, like a gymnasium, soft red gymnasium, like a gang. The balls that when you hit them they ring.
No, I want to have like a zipper or some shit so I can put my money in there.
No, you don't want that too much. That's gonna
put your drugs in your ball sack.
Well, it's just like too many moving parts, man.
A spare battery.
You don't want that.
What's stress dad texting?
Yeah, I was laughing about me texting when I was texting you about having to get the trophy for the
fantasy football trophy.
I was stress texting. It's like EJ's not here. He's just running late. Have to get the trophy. And then I was laughing because I'm like, why am I telling you this? I don't need to tell him that. Why am I telling them? Why am I stressed?
Did he even look at the text?
Probably not, but it was like, I wrote it down because it was making me laugh because I was like, why am I feeling the need to like, I was like venting via text.
Yeah, but you do that. You have to get it out.
Yeah, I gotta get
my
it out.
wife does. Emotional people do that, I think. Like,
Yeah, we gotta barf it out a little bit.
Where you have to get it out. And so it's like my wife when she tells me.
Is that a chirp trait?
I think it's like an emotional trait, maybe, like because you getting it off your chest
Like a
makes you
release
feel
valve.
bad. Yeah, it's a release. Yeah.
Like a pressure cooker or something, maybe.
Yeah. Because I often, if I saw that text, I'd be like, well, you need help? But you don't need help. You're
No,
just
no.
complaining
I
about
just
it.
want to complain.
It was very confusing to me. It's always confusing.
Well, because you hold things inside, which makes sense.
Yeah. The Spectrum guy came to our house, and
oh man,
were
you nice to him? I hate it when you're mean to the people that
I'm
are a
never
little
mean to anybody.
Well, he's mean to people on the spectrum.
So our internet was broken or wasn't working or go on and off or whatever. And I suspected it may have something to do with me digging in the backyard because I hit the line
No chance.
multiple times. And then I was like, oh, God, the internet line. And then I was like,
Every time you'd hit it, the picture would wobble.
And so anyway, the guy was there, and he goes into. We got 2 access ports to the attic, right? One in the garage, one in the
That's
back hallway,
fancy,
right?
man.
I think most Florida homes
I
or
got
a lot
2.
of them, have 2 garage and then somewhere in the house.
Yeah.
I think that's the standard or some shit. It's probably code or something.
My mom's house only had 1. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Cool.
So the guy's in the hallway, and because that's where I guess the splitter and everything is. And so he's up there, and then he first tells Crystal, like, he's like, hey, I got to access the port. Like, it may knock some insulation down. Is that going to be okay? And Crystal's like, yeah, I know. There's insulation up there. It falls down every time we open up that damn.
No, I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to knock the fuck out of it.
So
I'm half cat.
I'm there. And
I have the world's longest fingernails, and it's hard for me to crawl through spaces.
And so he's in there, he gets his ladder or whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm not watching him. I'm like sitting at our kitchen table or whatever, and then I hear, oh God,
crying.
He's like, oh God. He's like, it's everywhere.
Oh my God.
It's everywhere. He's like, ma'am,
It's eating me alive. Ma'am, call my wife and tell her I love her.
So we go over there, and there is a bunch of insulation that fell down, but it's like shit. Like I get up there sometimes to hide, but it was like
you get up there to hide.
Anyway, so he knocked.
You found your hiding space.
Not even that much insulation.
There's a lot of Jordans up here.
Like,
exactly.
I don't know how to describe it, but like maybe 1 foot square of not even that much. And so then I'm like, it's no big deal. I got a shop vac or whatever. But he was freaking out. He's like, all right. He's like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, it's fine. And then he's like, well, he's like, we've had problems with customers. If we knock any insulation down, they're
gonna kill me, bro.
No, they make Spectrum, or they complain till Spectrum blows all new insulation in the roof.
Hey, you gotta work that scam.
No, but I was thinking, I was like, what a piece of shit you
Yeah,
are.
that's a bad person.
If you hound Spectrum because the guy that was trying to fix the problem knocked a couple fucking floofs of insulation on the floor.
That's the free food at Publix, guys. It'll stand out.
Yeah.
I hate that shit, dude.
If you're that person, you have to look yourself in the mirror, and you're like, you're a bad person.
They'll go over and they'll run they'll be buying a couple items, and they'll run a card, run another card, and they'll do they're absolutely kind of like, they'll just make it a hassle to the point where the people are like, just go.
Right.
Just take it.
Easier just to get
get you out of there.
Are they doing it on purpose?
Wow. Yes.
Or are they just bad at life?
I believe that sometimes, I think there's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But like the people that will complain he also said, he's like, if we pull up in someone's driveway, that's why we don't park in people's driveways anymore, because if oil from the van like accidentally drips on the driveway, they'll complain and be like, you have to resurface my entire driveway. And then they've had so many problems that now they're told to park on the street so no oil falls out of the vehicle.
That makes me feel better about any complaint I've ever done because I'm nowhere near that. I am that person. God damn.
Of all things to complain to Spectrum about.
Right.
Well, you're just wanting to get free shit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's not a real. It's
I
not a
wouldn't even
legitimate
think
complaint.
to do that.
I know. I don't because you're like it's okay.
I think that sucks. You know what I mean? And that's try and pressure wash it off. I guess
a couple floofs of insulation fall,
Yeah,
and
of
you're
course,
like,
because there's a man up there. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Spray.
A human went into the area. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
It's like when I see mud. I had some mud in my house from a guy that was doing like some pretty intense work on our floor, whatever. I mean, and it was raining outside. It's not like I didn't expect that to happen, considering that we live in Florida. It rains all the time, and the man had on boots.
And
it's just the way it works.
You could have got new flooring though, bro.
And it's those
all that sweet new flooring.
It's those people that have caused any problem that is actually legitimate for them to deny because they're so used to denying everything. Like, you know, if someone actually did fall through your roof or whatever, like you're going to be labeled as one of them because
one of them.
Seriously, like the people that complain to try to get free shit are ruining it for anybody that have legitimate complaints because they all get
That's
put on
everything. It's just like the homeowner's insurance.
Imagine this. Imagine if I had, and I know this would affect Tom. So imagine this, because I'll put myself in a real world scenario. Let's say I'm Tom, I'm at his house, I hire Concrete Mike to come out and give me a new driveway. And let's say I spent, I don't know what's a driveway cost? I don't
probably
know.
like
a couple $1,000
$7,000.
Okay, let's say $7,000 for a really nice driveway. And if I did call Spectrum, if they did park in my driveway and it got oil on my brand new driveway that I just spent $7,000 on, I would probably make a legitimate call and I would be upset, right? It's a brand new driveway.
Yeah, but you would ask for like, hey, can you clean the oil off?
Correct.
Not can you give me a new
Right.
driveway or whatever.
Correct.
But even then, if it's like you just go out there and
I probably wouldn't even notice it, dude.
spray the oil off,
Yeah.
or at least try.
Some cat litter on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's what I've done before. You
It's
put
like-
some cat litter on it, do the best you can.
Because to me, it's like it's not egregious. If the guy got out and just started pissing on you, you know what I mean? Like, or he's like, I'm gonna, you just start pouring oil and fucking away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you complain. But if it's like the car leaked some oil, it wasn't his fault. He didn't even know.
He's not the car.
It's just like shit happens.
Yeah.
You know?
He doesn't know that he's not deliberately parking the car. I mean, I'm saying I would be upset.
Yeah.
But I think I'm normal enough to understand that he didn't do that on purpose. He's like, I'm going to ruin this motherfucker's brand new, look at this. Ha ha. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't think people do that.
Or if the is it spraying out like Willy Wonka style, like bubbles of oil.
Like Spy Hunter.
Yeah. Where it's like, come on, Spectrum, fix your cars. You're driving on hunks of shit. Like there is like an explainable way to be like, all right, this is, you know, fucked up. This company, you know, screwed me over, but that's ridiculous. And like, man, people are hunks of shit.
I have a question. If somebody goes through your roof, if they're working on your roof and they go through your roof, can they sue you?
No. They have their own. Like, if they're a part of a company, like they can if they're just some.
Yeah, if it's a bum on your roof.
Like you just
It
hire.
can't be your buddy that
Yeah.
you hire to do work.
Yeah.
If they have if they're licensed and insured, then their insurance should take care of it.
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
Who
'Cause
fell through your roof?
I had a Mexican go through my roof.
Well, you're out of luck.
Was he up there with the hot mom cigarette?
No, I just went out there.
I've heard about that. Jerky boys. I'm sorry.
I asked him if he was okay. He said yeah, and then I bought him a 24-pack of Bush. And call it a day.
So he falls through
Yeah, okay,
the roof.
What was he doing up there?
They were
He's fired him down.
no, we were getting our roof done, and they took all the shingles out, and suddenly
Oh no,
this guy
we left our Mexican up there.
went through
Bring the
roof,
ladder back. We got.
on my master bedroom.
Like, oh, did you see? Did
His
he go
whole
through
leg.
the ceiling too?
His whole leg went through.
Oh,
yeah.
so he went through the roof and then the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
shit.
That's just two layers.
Wow.
What is your house made of?
Was this big pun? He's not Mexican.
Did you see? Because I've
Doesn't
always
check out.
when like every once in a while, someone like some fat dad or like some worker will go through or Spectrum worker will like fall through the
Jeans
roof.
and then like a brown boot.
yeah.
Always jeans and a brown
With
boot.
paint
But
on it, yeah.
no one's ever there to see them. Like if they're sitting there
heard
on the
him.
computer, you heard them.
I,
right?
remember, like, I heard the noise, and then he was like, ah!
So he did like the traditional mariachi. I like that you're racist too. What did he sound like when he fell through Tony? Tony's like, he sounded like a standard mariachi band.
He did the Cinco de Mayo.
What are you doing, man?
I fought through the roof.
Well, speaking of that, we can tie it ties into.
Yeah, it does tie in.
So one of our sponsors, Burn Pest Control, was doing their maintenance at the house, and then my wife heard something, and she was like, "What's that?" And super nice gentleman. That he was there cleaning the spider webs off my my skylights in my patio or whatever, and he wasn't looking down. He was, because he was cleaning with the skylights, and he walked backwards straight into my pool, and
it's on camera.
And and my wife felt horrible for him because he's a super nice guy, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and like. She got him a towel or whatever. And then
hold on a second.
I was like, send me the video so I could bully him. And then she's like, I'm not sending it to you because he was a nice gentleman and he was probably embarrassed.
I'm trying to play this for you.
But then Joe Byrne said, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, he gave us the green light.
Like, your boss said it was cool.
Damn it, I can't get it to play.
I had a guy in Costa Rica eat shit right in front of us. We were walking on the beach and he was jogging and he tried to jump this like puddle. And ate shit. Like a foot away from us. I got it on video too.
God damn it! It worked earlier and it's not working now.
It's fine.
It's not linking up. You know what I'll do? I'll put it under the heading so you can go on the website and see it.
Yeah.
I mean, put it under there. It's funny.
It's just him walking backwards and then right in the pool.
In jeans too, which
probably had his cell phone on.
But at least it wasn't. At least it wasn't though. And this is the first thing I think of whenever I see somebody get their jeans all wet. Seriously, first thing I think of. At least it's not orange juice, because there was a time when I was a little kid where I spilled a ton of orange juice on my jeans.
We at Walmart?
At school. No, I was at school, and then it dried, and my jeans smelled like sour.
Ooh.
All day.
Oh, yeah.
And it scarred me. It like fucked me up.
See, my whole thing is your work boots. That's the hardest thing to dry,
squishing
right?
around all day.
Because like, you throw work boots in the old dryer. Like,
what did he do after that?
Or not, right?
Did he go home or did? What did he do?
I don't know what happened.
He's in intensive care right now, and we're hoping he will recover.
My wife gave him a Little Mermaid beach towel.
I know what that means. Under the sea.
And the last thing we'll talk about is king size beds. Daniel finally got a king size bed.
You were right, bro.
And
I owe you an apology. You were right.
So
Sam's wrong. Sam says she likes the queen. She's wrong.
You still got a queen?
No, I have a king.
I thought you had a queen.
No, I have a king. I preferred the queen.
She said she liked the queen better than the king. I just think you're wrong.
Too big.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I want it bigger.
I like spooning.
I like spooning too, but you know what I really like? I like laying by myself.
Yeah. That's first. Then spooning's like 3 down.
Spooning's like way down. Yeah. But I want like the big. I want a norm size, Chungus size.
Like a shack bed?
King's too small for me now.
I gotta go. Florida king.
I gotta go big. Yeah, I got a Florida king, Alaskan king.
Now, this is not a short joke, but a regular California king should be a Florida king to you.
No, a queen is a king to me. A king is a California king.
Yeah.
A California king is a California king plus, and an Alaska plus is a jumbo mambo.
Oh, okay, all right. So, with the bigger bed, it's life-changing, right?
It really is. I mean, like, I got so much room. I got all my stuffed animals in there, all the pee-pee dogs. I got my wife.
I got
the base that moves.
Did you get mad that you lived so long without?
I did.
Yeah.
I won't have this bed for the twilight years of my life. Like, I have lived longer without a king-size bed than I will live with a king-size bed.
That's surprising. Like, I would think out of anybody in here, you would have been the one with a king size, like all the new techie.
No.
Well, now he's got the best tech bed. I mean, his bed will read his heartbeat.
I didn't even know beds had tech.
Dude, I saw that on the Thursday Night Football last night.
I got the Dak Prescott bed.
Yeah,
I got the Dak.
You got the Dak.
I got the Dak.
He's on there. The sleep number. And Dak is like, look at it. It'll say your heartbeat. I'm like, Dak.
Yeah.
But Daniel's got that.
Yeah, but it's not healthy. When it reads mine, it reads Dak's. And like reads Dak's, it's like, this guy's healthy. It reads mine. It's like, set your potato on 25 seconds. It thinks I'm a potato when I lay it. It's like a microwave. I lay it there. It's like, beep.
Yeah. And by the way, Dak, you don't need that shit.
No, you don't need that shit. You got good genetics.
Yeah, you are healthy.
Yeah, he looked great. That was a good game last
Why would
night.
you want to know your heart rate when you're trying to sleep?
Well, I mean, like anxiety dreams and stuff like that. I don't know. Like apparently I got a really low resting heart rate because my resting heart rate is like around 57, 58, and Andrea's resting heart rate is like 69 or 70. I got like a little dog heart rate.
What are you supposed to have?
I don't know. Can you look that up real fast?
For
like
sleeping?
Yeah, like what's a good resting heart rate for sleeping?
I know mine's higher than it should be, like to the point where I don't even want to ask or look it up because I know it's bad.
You want to lay on my bed?
I lay down and that's just like. I don't want my bed telling me that I'm about to die.
It tells you a lot of like weird shit. Like it has my circadian rhythms in it. It has so I'm looking at my sleep session.
Dude, I saw the commercial for this on Thursday Night Football.
It says I was restless for 2 hours and 13 minutes. I exited the bed for a total of 16 minutes. I had to take a shit. It does everything. Heart rate was 57 with an average of 58. My HRV, which I don't even know what HRV. Okay, your sleep score was improved by a heart rate within your average range. What trends? Then it gives you like trending. Beats per minute, average beats per minute.
Do you have to opt out of not sharing that data?
You can, and it has like an intimacy setting that you hit the button like when you want to pump your wife, so it doesn't record your heart rate while you're like, while you're on your knees.
I feel like that's the only time I'd even use it.
Like when you're whacking your dick on her cheeks, it's like I need to turn this off. I don't want Sleep Number knowing about this. I don't want Dak seeing this.
Is this more beneficial or more entertaining or like
probably more entertaining than anything else?
But I'm saying you like it more because of your hypochondria, because you like looking at how your body's doing, or do you like looking at it?
I think.
Do you check it every morning?
No, I just got it, so I'm not really. I mean, but there's features that I like. Like for instance, the main feature that I really like is when I get out of the bed. There's like LED lights underneath the bed, and it will illuminate a little path to the bathroom. So
crazy.
It knows when I get out of bed just based on there being no body in the bed. And it and it turns just my side. It turns on like low, and it lights a path to my bathroom. I can pee. Then when I come back to bed and lay in the bed, it turns out the light.
Is it like temperature controlled?
Yes.
Like, is it really?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Make it nice and
Keeps
cool?
you cool. Well, you can't change the temperature of it, but it does cool you down. And we got real cold last night, actually.
Well, then, like I saw in the commercial,
Yeah,
little air goes through it.
Well, if you shift, so depending on what area you shift on, so if I shift and I sleep on my side and my pressure points are on my elbows or my knees now, it'll poof up that area to make it like take pressure off the pressure points on your body, supposedly. Might be a bunch of bullshit. I don't know.
Well,
we had a bunch of coupons. You can ask Andrew about it.
Everything's going to be hooked up to your phone eventually, right? Like, garage door, the pool. Like, I got all the lights. Almost everything. My oven. I think my oven even has some sort of way to control it. It may. And I don't know. If it's not, I don't know if you can do it.
One of the ones you were looking at, it may have been the one you had on order, was like a Bluetooth oven. Where you could,
I'm sure they have that.
Well, no,
your refrigerators.
The one your wife was looking at that had a double oven was one of the models, because I looked at it, had the ability for you to, like, if you're baking, you could just have it connect to your phone, and it'll just like buzz your phone to let you know your cookies are done, so you can go in the other room and like be like literally working and doing baking too, not have to set a timer.
Dude, they got refrigerators with like webcams, so you can look and see what's inside your refrigerator and stuff. Like they got everything now, right?
Yeah,
you can hook up to your phone,
and a lot of it's convenience, but a lot of it's not. Like this,
it's
really,
unnecessary,
I just wanted a bed that I could adjust it because I do have back issues, and I wanted to. And the real thing, I bought a headboard. That's what made it kind of expensive. Is that we actually bought this is the first headboard I've ever had. I've never had a headboard.
Yeah.
I had a headboard when I was a little kid, like my parents, but that was a hand-me-down piece of Ethan Allen furniture that they gave me, and then I just had a full-size mattress. But the mattress that me and my wife have been sleeping on our entire relationship, any other woman I fingered,
come on,
I'm just saying, it's just facts. It's a lot of dead skin and cum in that mattress.
Every time you let the burgers out?
Yeah. Who let the boogers out? Well, he doesn't say anything. It's just quiet. It's just, who let the boogers out?
Semantics. What's going on with semantics?
Great transition.
Great. He's
you let the boogers out?
Yeah.
Speaking of letting the boogers out.
Speaking of letting the burgers out, I did not forget that tomorrow's September 11th, and this weekend on You Heard About This One, I'm going to talk about some conspiracy theories surrounding the 9/11 events.
All right.
So that'll come out on Sunday.
There's only one rule about 9/11.
Travis.
Did you forget his name?
I don't know.
You got mad at him. I saw the anger.
I thought about
Why were you mad at him?
Asking Tony what the joke was, and then I was like, no.
You gotta let that one lay.
What do you got, Travis?
So coming up actually in 2 weeks, though, it's October 2nd. Brew Tap House has their Brewtoberfest. It's a beer fest. Tony Rage is pretty. I'm sorry, Munjet is very familiar with.
Tony Rage is pretty.
Is very familiar with this place. They're awesome.
Out.
I love Brew. I love their owners. Such a good place.
They're really good people. So this is a ticketed event. So definitely looking ahead of time to get out there because it will sell out, I think. Yeah. And it is rain or shine. There's gonna be over 35 different breweries. I'll be out there. There's gonna be a bunch of. We're gonna have Hourglass Brewery out there. Delirium. So be some international beers out there. A lot of swag for the early attendees. And then yeah.
This is the first year I'm not gonna be able to go because I already have work, but
yeah, you got to get that Mexican out of your roof. He's still up there.
Help me, please.
And Tony, if people want to follow your blog and get your
Why
t-shirts.
you got to belittle it?
Huh?
Why you got to belittle it like that? I heard the talk.
Yeah. I actually would love if you guys go to youtube.com and go to Tony Loves Skateboarding. That's Tony with an I, Tony Loves Skateboarding. And check out my Costa Rica vlog. I put a Costa Rica vlog that I'm very proud of. It's very in the style of the Endless Summer movies, that type of thing. So yeah, go check that out. Tony Loves Skateboarding and monjetphoto.com. And,
can you spell that, please?
MONGIATPHOTO.com.
He's a wonderfully creative, infinitely creative photographer, and I think you will really love his photos.
Thank you.
Buy them.
All right.
Reasonably priced.
And if you're not a BDM, you can sign up at tomanddan.com. We appreciate it.
You guys didn't ask me anything for this upcoming BDM show.
Oh, yeah.
If you saw that thread in the BDM group, we already pre-recorded it, so we answered some of your questions for Monday's BDM.
Yeah, like the big one that we
I don't know if people were confused and thinking that we were going to answer it in that thread, but I was getting those questions for the show, so I just wanted to let people know to listen to the show if you wanted to see if your question got answered.
Good call. Also, like and subscribe on Twitch, like and subscribe on YouTube. Tom and Dan Live. I should have said that earlier. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, no, I completely forgot about Stay Young SB. Go to Stay Young SB and get some gear, hats, and shirts. We have 3 new shirts. I'm wearing one right now. It's like the metal shit. So yeah, go check it out. StayYoungSB.com.
Stay young, B. Bye-bye.
Well, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.